Yes. Yes, it's Wednesday. Glory, glory, hallelujah. What's going through you? Good evening, Bass Galaxy, and thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the Stray Cast Thanksgiving Tin Cup Takeover. I am your host this evening, Mr. Luke Foli.
Luke Foli.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Luke Foli.
Mr. Pat Renwick was kind enough to let me host tonight, so I'm very excited to be here. I am the creator of the Tin Cup Bass Fishing Team that I'm sure most of you know by now because we've been on several times.
Creator.
Creator. So that's what I'm doing, and I am hosting tonight. Tonight we got a great guest lineup. It's basically my whole team. We got Kristine Fischer.
Woo!
Yeah. Dion Hibdon.
The Khaleesi of kayaks.
Lawson Hibdon.
Legend.
Zack Birge.
Soon to be legend.
Matthew Robertson. And Mr. Seth Feider.
Wow.
The one and only.
Yikes.
So we're very excited to be here tonight.
Yes.
So, yeah. I do have to introduce my co-host tonight, the Bass Fishing Know-It-All guy.
That's me, Bass Fischer Know-It-All guy.
That is you.
Yes. I'm a mix between, if you're seeing me on the camera right now, a mix between a Babe Winkleman and a Linder, I think.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
That's a good analogy.
Thank you very much. I'm Bass Fishing Know-It-All guy.
Yeah.
And just a little bit of business taken care of, know-it-all type business right now. Thank you, Sims Fishing. He's gotten me duded up all the way from my toes to my skivvies, all the way, everything's Sims. Thank you, Sims Fishing. Tonight's show is brought to you by Sims Fishing, one of the fine contributors to tonight's show. I also want to shout out to Omnia Fishing. If you have never shopped at OmniaFishing.com, you're kind of missing out.
Great group of guys.
Great group of guys.
I got to meet them all.
I saw you there before.
You did.
I believe I saw you there before on some sort of bass fishing special. Yes, you were there.
We took the pictures of Mr. Feider with his Angler of the Year trophy,
yes.
And those guys are great over there. Got to tour the facility. Everybody's great.
All of them. Cool establishment. The quickest shipping in the industry right now, OmniaFishing.com. If you just missed out on the pre-Black Friday, the premature Black Friday evaluation sale, there's probably going to be more. So check out OmniaFishing.com. Why'd you roll your eyes, Luke Foley?
I didn't roll my eyes.
Luke Foley, I'm Bass Fishing Know-It-All guy. You're the Whiskey Gypsy. Also want to shout out to I'm doing shout outs. Like what is this? Like when I get on and I'm doing this deal and I'm a shout out guy now. Hype dude, hype man. Alpha Angler Fishing has specials going on right now. Like such a savings, it's almost zero to red type savings. Speaking of zero to red, your producer, Luke Foley, Whiskey Gypsy, Andrew Ellenberger, he's a Ginger Ninja.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, give it up for Ginger Ninja. And he punk rock stuff.
Does he?
Yeah. He also body surfed at the Billy Strings concert. I saw him.
I think I saw that footage.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Shirtless Ginger. I saw it on the internet. I'm a Bass Fishing Know-It-All guy. And you got lots of tattoos, Ginch. Didn't know you had that many tats. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alpha Angler right now, savings you will not believe. AlphaAngler.com. Dude, up to like 30% off right now on the sticks. Yeah. Ooh, I like that. It's feeling space age. We need a tin cup word of the week.
We do.
Yeah, we need a tin cup fishing. I'm Bass Fishing Know-It-All guy. We need a bass fishing tin cup word of the week. What do we need? Luke Foley, what's it going to be?
It's something we want to say a lot because we're celebrating tonight.
Hypotenuse.
No.
I think we'll say that a lot.
No, I don't even know how to spell that.
Transconfiguration. I believe we'll say that a lot tonight, Luke Foley.
How about gives back?
Gives back.
How about gives back?
Gives back.
How about if I may start the show with this?
Yes.
Get them up in the air for Aaron Martins.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. For the family, let's continue to pray for Aaron. Thank you, Luke.
Yeah. I was his teammate on Crown Royal many, many years ago, and you knew when he came from the West Coast that he was somebody truly special. both on and off the water. And I know there's been a lot said on the internet, and rightfully so. But we love you. We miss you. To Aaron.
Always love for Aaron. Yes, sir. Bass Fishing Galaxy. Always called out there to Aaron Martins. Heck yeah. Right there. Luke Foli popping it out here. Word of the week. What do we got? Word of the week again.
Word of the gives back. Let's do gives back.
Gives back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gives back.
Gives
Because Tin
back.
Cup certainly gives back. No Cabe Duda. Hey, I want to remind everybody else here. As Bass Fishing Know-It-All guy, you kind of threw me there for a second. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, right here on this show tonight, I got a note from it's just signed Mr. Tin Cup. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know what this is. It's a note.
Yes.
From Mr. Tin Cup.
What does it say?
It says we're giving away stuff every 10 minutes on this show.
Oh, yeah.
It says, Dear Bass Fishing Know-It-All guy, we're giving away stuff every 10 minutes on this show tonight.
We are.
Compliments of Tin Cup. And Tin Cup's buying the party tonight.
Absolutely.
They're partying. They're a whiskey company. They got money. They're throwing it out. It's a whiskey company. It's the elixir of the ages. Yeah. The official brown liquor of Bassin'.
Absolutely.
Are you ready to party?
I am ready.
Are we going to make the brown turn the frown upside down?
I'm not frowny. This is just my face.
I don't know. No, not you. I mean, everything. That was
everybody out there.
That was a hypothetical word of thoughts.
We're going to pick up your week this week. But the reason that we're giving away stuff every 10 minutes is I just can't thank everybody enough in the Bass Galaxy for getting behind the brand, buying the brand, sending me pictures, reaching out. It's like if you wrote a song and the whole world singing your song back to you. I mean, it's and I'm not musical and you don't want to hear me sing.
Oh, you are.
I'm a phenomenal dancer, though.
You're really good.
Yeah. So,
you got BDE.
What is that?
Bass Dictated Energy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. That's why we're giving away. We appreciate everything that you guys
All
have
they
done.
got to do is like and share the live Facebook
all they gotta
feed.
do.
Like and share the live Facebook feed. And you got a chance to win Tin Cup swag and liquor every 10 minutes on this show, as long as it goes. If we're going till tomorrow morning, that's
a lot of shirts.
I mean, we got coffee, Red Bulls. Yeah. What's the stuff that Jimmy Houston drinks, Ginge? Bang. Yeah, we got all that. So, Tin Cup might be forking out. They're sea bass. If they're sea bass, they're buying. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
If you saw Dumb and Dumber, you know exactly.
I know exactly what you're
saying.
talking
so
about.
all you got to do is like and share the live Facebook feed. Take it off of private. Like and share the live Facebook feed every 10 minutes. I'm going to give away Tin Cup stuff. Compliments of Mr. Tin Cup, Luke Foli, and the Tin Cup Pro Fishing Team.
Yes.
Right now, may I suggest that you put the power poles down. Don't go anywhere. The Thanksgiving Straycast Tin Cup Takeover Extravaganza is about to begin.
Nobody wants to run out of power when they're on the water. There is a better way. Introducing the Charge Marine Power Management Station from PowerPole that does the work of 3 devices: a traditional battery charger, a charge on the run, and an emergency start system. PowerPole Charge.
The TH Marine Hydrowave H2 KVD Edition is a surefire way to ignite a feeding frenzy. The Hydrowave utilizes a sound-emitting technology that imitates bait fish and other feeding fish below the surface that preys on the competitive nature of bass and other game fish to get you more bites. The Hydrowave is another way that TH Marine has you covered from transom to trolling motor.
Step up your game. It has been said that professionals are only as good as the tools they work with, and Alpha Angler has developed the ultimate set of tools for you, the competitive angler. Alpha Angler custom rods, brought to fruition by the passion of master craftsman Jake Boomer and 2017 BASS Angler of the Year Brandon Palaniuk. Alpha Angler rods are custom made in the USA, designed and engineered to be perfect. Alpha Angler utilizes a very unconventional approach to making the very best bass rods, from drop shotting to flipping. Alpha Angler's focus is on building perfectly balanced tournament-grade bass rods at an affordable price. Join the Alphalution today and purchase direct at alphaangler.com. Step up your game. alphaangler.com.
This is the mountain, and this is mountain whiskey. Unspoiled, untamed, forever wild. There's no safety net, no way down. Up here, it's just man, and the mountain, and his tin cup. Tin Cup Whiskey. Mountain whiskey.
Yes, yes. Welcome back to the Tin Cup Straycast Thanksgiving Special Takeover. How's everyone tonight? Thanks for joining us. We're going to introduce one by one the 2021 Tin Cup Professional Bass Fishing Team. Yes.
Hold on.
Yes, I forgot.
They got to do a couple things.
They do have to do a couple things.
They got to do a couple things. You got to remember to like and share this live
the
Facebook feed.
Yes.
For your chance to win Tin Cup stuff. I'm Bass Fishing Know-It-All guy. For your chance to win Tin Cup stuff every 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Like and share the live Facebook feed. Also, if you have questions for tonight's guests, you can put them in the live feed. I will be in the live feed. and I'll get the questions to the guests. You can ask them anything you want. I will probably put it through. Just gonna let you know. So I don't care. I'm that type of dude. I'm bass fishing know-it-all guy. Putting it through. Putting it through.
Yes.
And I'm not the regular host of this show, so I can do anything tonight and I won't get in trouble.
You can.
Yes.
You can.
Perfect.
I'm in charge.
Yes, you are large and in charge.
So it falls on me.
It falls on you.
Okay.
So who's playing tonight? Let's play the feud.
Absolutely. So let's start off with ladies first.
Hey, ladies first.
Let's introduce Miss Kristine Fischer,
Aha.
who just made history.
She did.
She did.
She did.
She did. She became the first female ever to win the Hobie Kayak Bass Open Tournament of Champions. Give it up.
Kristine Fischer.
Give it up.
She's here.
What's up, guys?
She's here.
Wait,
Hey,
Kristine Fischer's actually here
She is here. She's with
on
us.
this show tonight.
Yes.
The Khaleesi of fishing is here.
She's here.
Oh, my goodness.
She is here.
All right. That's pretty good. Who else is here? Who else is here in the room?
The Hibdons, of course.
The Hibdons. Yeah, the amazing Dion Hibdon and Lawson Hibdon. Yeah, there they are. There they are. I'm Bass Fishing Know-It-All guy. Luke Foli, this is your job. You're the host.
And then
Tighten up.
I'm sorry. And then we have Zack Birge. He's here.
Zack
Give him a
Birge.
hand.
Yeah.
Give me a hand. How's
fan.
how's that new baby doing, Zack?
Doing really good. It's
Good.
growing weight.
Good.
Zack
Good.
Birge is here.
And then Matthew Robertson's there, and I think I see Seth's shoulder.
Matt and Seth's shoulder.
Yeah, Seth's shoulder.
That's the Onum guy?
Yes.
Wait, the Onum guy is on this show too?
The Onum guy is on him show.
So we have Kristine Fischer and the Onum guy
Yes.
on this show tonight?
Yes.
Holy shnikes. Unfreaking believable.
And I'm drinking 10 cup
And
Onum rocks.
Go ahead and believe
Onum
that
rocks.
if you will.
You see what I did?
Go ahead and believe that if you will. All right. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Welcome to the show, guys.
Everybody good? Seth, are you all right? You
No,
there?
yeah.
I don't see your face.
I got buds.
Seth,
Is that Cass?
Yep, that's my wife.
Hey, Cassie, how are you?
She's not saying anything.
She's not saying
She
anything.
couldn't hear nothing. We got some headphones.
Oh,
You
okay.
guys are doing the fancy stuff.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
So let's start with Kristine.
We
You've
shall.
had multiple kayak wins. You've had multiple Hobie wins. It's going to be honest here. Winning comes pretty easy for you, doesn't it?
Oh, she does. She knocks it out. That's not even a
Whoa,
problem.
whoa. I wouldn't say it comes easy, guys. nothing in this game comes easy. Y'all know that. I get lucky sometimes.
I hadn't talked to you much since your win. Tell me about it. Tell us a little bit about what you were doing.
It's all still kind of processing it. Definitely wasn't expecting it. It's been a really long season for me. It's like everybody knows that we fish 20, 25 tournaments a year. We get kind of tired towards the end. Follow was fishing really, really tough. It was really tough. And a couple of the local bass boat tournaments, there have been rumors they've been winning them offshore, fishing offshore brush, forward facing sonar. I knew that was probably going to play, but actually, I took a page out of Seth's book and watched his Wire to Fish interview when he was talking about his Angler of the Year and kind of the old school, new school mentality and letting Patrick Walters and a lot of these guys go chase those once really hard to catch roaming suspended fish, using the electronics. And I do a lot better, and my strengths consist of power fishing shallow, covering a ton of water, running a pattern that I'm confident in. And I decided just to do that and run it and cover water, eliminate water, fish new water every day, and just adapt to the conditions. We had a cold front that came in day 2 of the 3-day tournament. And where I decided to fish, I felt like those shallow fish weren't going to pull out because of how my area is kind of set up. And I was able just to keep catching them each day. Got really fortunate with that big win.
Yeah. And you were second in Angler of the Year points, too, in that series, right?
I mean, I can't. So one thing I haven't done yet in my career, I was so close last year to winning Angler of the Year in that series, and I came even closer this year. the guy that won it caught a 5-pounder in the last 2 minutes that ended up winning him Angler of the Year because he jumped up a couple places, which was well deserved. He's an absolute hammer in our series. So maybe one year I'll get it. I'm still trying, but yeah, I got 4th last year overall and 2nd this year, but I'll take it.
Okay. Well, congratulations. So we
Thanks,
were
Luke.
Not too shabby.
just so I'm doing the math here, and I can't do math as well as Mr. Robertson, but we were 2 minutes away from having 2 Anglers of the Year and 10 Cup.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's
2
all right.
minutes.
It's okay.
1 fish.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yikes.
Did an amazing job. Done an amazing job.
That's a yet for Kristine.
Yet.
That's a yet.
Absolutely.
That will happen.
Absolutely.
That will definitely
Hope so,
happen.
guys. I hope so.
Bass fishing know-it-all guy. What do you got to ask?
Well, I know that you wanted to ask Kristine something else too.
Oh, yes.
Luke. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You're Luke. You have to embrace the fact
I do.
that you are the host of this show. You know, Tin Cup Pro Team. You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
is your host tonight. He's doing good, isn't he, Matt Robertson?
He's done real good.
Yeah,
He's looking pretty sharp this morning, man. Got his hair all done up.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
If you knew what I had to do to be in studio today, I came straight from a tequila dinner in Valpo across Chicago traffic, came in on 2 wheels into Pat's driveway, and yeah, it's so I need a drink or several. So
You have a little on the desk right there. And you know what? Luke, actually, the guy that hosts this show normally has a lot of hair care products downstairs. So I think Luke got a hold of those.
Yes.
Is what he did. And he looks amazing.
I've
now.
used your conditioner before. The Bass Galaxy all knows that.
Live from the shower.
My hair had never been so good.
With Luke Foli. Hey,
Yeah,
Tin
yeah.
Cup is known for giving back.
Yes.
Right? Giving
Yes.
back.
We stocked some fish in Alabama, Tennessee this year, built some habitat in Texas, and then we went to my home state on Lake Monroe last Tuesday, and we planted 3,300 largemouth bass, and that's quite a thing. I mean, that was the lake I started to learn how to fish on many years ago, wanting to be a pro, and now through this program and through all these fine anglers and yourself, Pat, and everybody, we've had the opportunity. We raised the money, and
The guy downstairs, you mean?
yeah, that guy.
All right.
Yeah.
He's eating tater tots with his mom downstairs.
That sounds good. I want some tots right now.
No problem.
But yeah, we raised the money through Tin Cup.
Stick with the program, Luke.
And yeah, we gave back.
You gave back. Gave back.
Gave back.
Boom.
Boom.
That's how you do it. That's how you
do
give
it.
back.
That's how you give
So
back.
your question to Kristine about that is...
Kristine, what are some other ways?
You like that amazing segue right
Yes.
there?
What are some other ways that you think Tin Cup has given back to the industry?
Well, other than, all the conservation efforts and the stocking programs, I mean, I think just investing in the anglers we have in this show, I think has been huge. Allowing us to be part of this team and sharing, allowing us to kind of share Tin Cup and the Tin Cup message to all of the people that follow us, I think is really big. And I think a lot of us have seen, I know I've been getting a lot of comments about people enjoying Tin Cup, cheers Tin Cup whiskey after, these tournaments. It's kind of I'm just really appreciative that the brand itself believed in myself and the other anglers on this show and invested in us. I think that's kind of neat. In addition to everything they do for the sport as a whole and for conservation.
100%. That's a good answer, Kristine. And what suggestion would you have? Like another suggestion for contributing, for Tin Cup to contribute to the future of the sport? What would be a suggestion you may have? Personal suggestion.
Well, I would say invest in our youth, but I don't know if an alcohol related brand should be.
Can't do that.
Yeah, I figured that.
That would be youth
Figured that. I
gone
just thought
wild.
about that. I was like, yeah, let's get back to let's do the high school thing. But yeah, that would work great in Nebraska. But
Might be okay overseas.
yeah, I think Germany allows that.
Yes, exactly.
Man, I'm not sure. I mean, it'd be pretty cool to see them come to some of the kayak events. do something there.
Okay. Excellent. There you
Okay.
go. See, that's what we're looking for.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Suggestion.
Yeah. Well, she
I
did
mean,
give us
kayak
a
anglers like to throw
suggestion.
down. Tin Cup would do great with that. I know we drank several bottles after my big one down Eufaula, and everybody enjoyed the heck out of it.
Yeah. And we drank a few when we were all on the cross together. So yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. So
Kristine, it's amazing how many friends having bottles of whiskey will make you, isn't it?
I have a lot of friends.
Yeah, it is. Hey, Luke knows all about that.
Got lots of friends.
Hey, Kristine, I'm Bass Fishing Know-It-All Guy. Nice to meet you. It's good to
Nice
meet
to
you.
meet you too.
And congratulations on your amazing victory. I mean, for real. Give it up, Bass Fishing Galaxy, again.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
We're very proud of you.
The Khaleesi of kayaks. You know who the Khaleesi is, right?
A Khaleesi sounds like a donut.
Yeah,
Or is that a colossal? Was that a
The
what is
Khaleesi
that?
is a queen. The Khaleesi is the queen from Game of Thrones.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Oh, I don't watch any type of television.
That's
so
okay. You don't
I don't
have
get those
to.
references, but
You don't have to. Just know that you are the Khaleesi of kayaks. That's all you need to know, Kristine.
that's quite an honor. I appreciate that.
Hey, I want to tell you, in my opinion, and I'm going to give you the opinion of the entire bass fishing galaxy through consensus, that you are the real deal. I've heard it said before on this show. You're the real deal. You can take a punch and you can throw a punch, Kristine Fischer. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
You have to be able to do that in the fishing industry to survive. I don't care if you're a male or if you're a female, if you're an orangutan. If you're going to survive in fishing, you have to throw punches and you have to take punches. Okay? And you have set the example not only for other women anglers, but men anglers as well. To be able to do that, all right. Now, I got a couple observations that I wanna make about you. I take you serious.
Thank you.
I think the entire bass fishing galaxy takes you serious. Now, I mean that with 100% respect, and I say this next statement with no disrespect. A lot of fishermen in the bass galaxy don't really look at women anglers as real fishermen. I'm just being, I don't mean any disrespect. It's more of like guys like looking at girls fishing to look at girls fishing.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
and
I totally get that.
But and again, that's how most ladies have paved their way in this industry.
I agree.
You're an example of the opposite of that, and here's why. You never presented yourself that way. If you present yourself that way once, you're looked at that way. You never presented yourself that way, and I do, as a fan of the sport of fishing, I commend you, congratulate you for doing that and how you've done it, Kristine Fischer.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I mean, appreciate that.
It's real. It's real talk. Am I far off? Is that a correct assumption or analogy?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think anybody can say it. And for me, the best compliment, I could ever receive was that you're the real deal. That's all I've wanted in this whole deal. Lucky for me, I have very thick skin. I've worked in a male dominated industry my entire life. I was a boat tech in the archery shop for a long time. Worked in a fishing department. I did kayak guiding. I took a bunch of guys out fishing back home as a side gig. So
and Pilates instructor. Let's not.
Well, I did that so I could hunt and fish more.
Yes.
I didn't know what Pilates was when I started doing that, but I knew it paid good and I could make my own schedule. And there was a push day. I'd go duck hunt in the morning. So that's why I did that. But that was that was an interesting 5 years. But and you're absolutely right. I don't blame anybody for not taking any female seriously when they first get on the scene. I mean, I felt like I had to earn it, and I was not afraid to put the work in to do that. And so it feels good, after a few years doing this, that I feel like I'm getting there now. And, I hear that compliment a lot, and that's all I've wanted in this whole thing, was to get the respect. And the only way I know how to do that is the right way. And by that, I mean putting a ton of effort in, ton of work in, sacrificing a lot, trying to earn everything. The last thing I want is free handouts. And I know that being a rarity in this, I get way more attention than if a guy would have won that tournament. They wouldn't have got a fraction of the attention that I got. And a part of me hates that. I absolutely hate that. But I know it's just part of what I have to kind of, accept that that's going to happen. And it does help, I hope, inspire other women to get into this. We have more gals getting into this. So one day, hopefully we can see a gal in the Elite Series. I think everybody's kind of waiting for that to happen. And
we're waiting
if I can help pave the way. Well,
I
I fished a couple opens this year to kind of dip my toes in and see how it all went as a co-angler. We'll see, guys.
And I want to say, by the way, Dion Hibdon looks amazing.
He does.
Look at Dion Hibdon there.
He does.
Both Hibdon boys.
Yeah.
And to all the guests, if you want to chime in at any time during all of this, please feel free to add anything. Hey, Feider, I want to ask your opinion. What do you think about everything that I just said about how Kristine Fischer presents herself and how she's been accepted by the Bass Galaxy? I want your opinion on that, Seth.
Absolutely. You can tell she knows how to fish, and she's not a bikini chick just holding up fish for pictures. I think it's pretty easy to tell that she's a real fisherman and she's one of us.
Yeah, 100%, one of us, and she is, in my opinion, a proper bassin woman.
Absolutely,
that's the model for. You are the spokeswoman for proper bassin women across the galaxy, Kristine. I that's what I feel anyway. But hey, I got to ask you a couple questions about life on the road, because you kind of went from being a little more stationary, still doing some traveling, to now you're a fishing gypsy, like they say in the Straight Cast song. You're all over the place, always. How does that affect you, Kristine, as an individual?
Well, it's pretty chaotic. There's not a lot of time for routine or, taking. I pretty much, live out of the truck and fishing all over the place, and it gets pretty crazy. But a lot of people have to remember, I don't have a family, I don't have kids, I don't have a pet, so it's a lot easier for me to be able to do that. And right now, it's very conducive to the lifestyle that I really love living. I love being outdoors. I love fishing. I love to get in the woods when I get a chance to, and it gives me the opportunity to see a different place, every week. I fish a lot of tournaments, and that takes up a lot of time. But it's freaking crazy. The guys know that fish on tour, you're all over the country. You're barely home. You don't eat very good. You're looking for that last gas station donut and, whatever cup of crappy coffee you can find. And you're kind of fueled by that. It's a totally different lifestyle, and it can definitely wear on you physically and mentally, but it's not for the faint of heart, for sure. Living on the road, I think everybody knows that. Dion and I actually talked about that for a long time when he helped at my women's event. I got some good stories from him, but
he's OG road warrior.
Oh yeah,
he is the OG. He should write a book on that.
Yeah,
but I'm on year 5, I believe now, year 4 or 5 with it, and I think I've got several years left in me, I think, to do that before I kind of hunker down and plant some roots somewhere.
Are you a better angler because you're fishing more? I mean, it seems like an obvious question, but are you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think time on the water is everything. I have a lot to learn yet. I feel like I've come a long way in 5 years. I grew up fishing walleye tournaments, so I didn't do much bass fishing as a kid, but walleye and muskie are kind of my roots. And I've learned a lot living down south. I'd say spending most of my time down south, picking up a flipping stick, doing some punching. I started doing that a few years ago, and really trying to traveling all over the country.
How's that in a
fishing.
Kayak? That's like right at level punching.
Yeah, it is. It can be challenging sometimes, but it's not too different. I don't think anyway, as long as I have a power pole and it's windy, I can anchor down and it's really tough to flip and punch when you're moving.
I'd like to see a derb with you, Kristine, Dion Hibdon, and Matt Robertson in kayaks punching mats. I think that would be a heck of a derb.
I don't know about Dion getting in a kayak. I would absolutely love that, though. I'd welcome that opportunity to get those guys in a kayak.
It would go viral if you got in a kayak, Dion.
I think so.
Dion is too lazy to kayak. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Not motors now, Dion.
They make motors, dude. Yes. That's right. They make motors and they go 4 to 5 miles an hour.
And Dion, your teamie is Matt Robertson is a swimmer. In case you didn't know, Dion, Matthew is a swimmer, and he'll paddle you around. He'll swim right behind that kayak, and you can just go flip mats, Dion.
If he paddled me around, I'd be right in the middle of that. That wouldn't bother me at all.
And
I need a kayak for each foot, though, because I'm a pretty big dude.
Dion, I'll tell you what. I'll add a 9-horse on the back of it.
A 9-horse? That'd be all right.
Dion having paddle over here, he'd only make 2 casts, and you're like, you know what, Matt? Let's go across the cove. I like that spot better.
It would be pleasant. I'm just going to tell you that.
I'll put a 9.9 on it for us. All I need is about a day notice to
Kristine, he's full of it, Kristine. He's full of it.
No, I don't think he is. I think he's serious. I think that's awesome.
I'm totally serious.
And he'd jumping through the spillway at Kentucky Lake too. He would.
We mounted a 7-horse on an old canoe. We chopped the back of it off and made a transom. I swear to God, 7-horse. You couldn't steer it. The way you steered it is you'd have to lean side to side, lean backwards. Front end would go underwater.
Hey,
I hear you. I hear all of you guys talk about going duck hunting and stuff. Okay, my idea of duck hunting is like Kenyon Hill does it. About 8 o'clock in the morning, he fires up the stove and we heat up the cinnamon rolls. That's just the way. That's hunting there.
Oh, come on, Zack. What's Hibdon talking about?
I'm not.
Birge,
I'm not wading through no swamp to kill no damn duck. I can tell you that right now.
Zack, Birge, and Seth Feider and Matt Robertson would probably disagree with you on that.
I'm just not gonna work that hard at that type of stuff.
I feel like Seth should make me some cinnamon rolls tomorrow while we're hunting.
It's a good idea.
Is that what you guys are doing tomorrow? You're duck hunting?
Oh,
yeah.
Did you see that little grin he had? Oh, he said, "Oh yeah." Just like that. Like creepy. Oh yeah.
me and Lawson are actually in a tournament, and we have to go play golf tomorrow.
Oh dear Lord!
Oh, geez,
if you can imagine that.
Are you going to hit the tin cup early tomorrow, guys?
Well, I don't know what time we start, but I'll be started before that. Tell you that.
Hey Zack, I got to ask you this. Wouldn't it be amazing to see Kristine Fischer as the first woman angler basically competing at the highest echelon of bass fishing? Wouldn't that be an amazing sight to see, Zack?
It would be.
Yeah.
Might as well go home.
Yeah, that's the girl. When's your prediction? How long is it going to take before we see that, Zack?
I don't know her as well as probably the rest of you guys do, but judging by the way she carries herself and the success she's had, probably not long.
Not long. Okay, we'll take that as an answer. It's like $1 in The Price is Right. If you've ever watched The Price is Right, Zack just bet $1, and I'll go with that. I know. I think you're the girl. I said it before here. It's gonna happen.
I think it's gonna happen.
I think y'all have you fished the opens recently? That's the toughest competition in professional bass fishing right now. I think it's pretty safe to say that.
Well, get in it, tighten up, and start fishing them, Kristine. Let's go, right, Matt?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a couple more as a co-angler. It's a different world. People say that it all depends on the draw you get and the timing and the time management and whatnot. So I'm just, I'm very confident in what I do. But shoot, guys, last time I drove a bass boat was probably 3 years ago. it's not to where that I need to spend some time in a boat before I feel like that's the thing I'm missing right now.
I just got a message. I just got a text message, Kristine, from one of our guests, Matt Robertson, and he said that he will sponsor you on a wrapped boat. He's going to get you the boat from Sherbert, and he's going to get you a boat, and he's going to sponsor you, and you're going to be the first proper bassin woman on the tour. Okay, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt Robertson.
He's been selling a lot of hats.
That's
He's
all
been
that hat
selling a lot
money.
of hats.
You're exactly right.
I'm a high stakes gambler.
Yeah.
I might tell you something.
That's a sure bet.
I told her a long time ago. I thought if she got her a bass boat, I think you give her 2 years after she gets a bass boat, and I think she'll make it.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. I would almost sponsored you. Like a week and a half ago, I thought I was a millionaire. I'm not even kidding. I told Seth that years ago I bought some Bitcoin, and I couldn't even remember the app I bought it on. I got on there and I finally saw I bought $10 worth, and I told him I swear I thought it was like 7, 8, 10 years ago. Well, it was 2018. I made $34.
Oh.
Hey, not
We
bad.
wasn't a millionaire.
So not a millionaire.
Yeah, you can take Cassie to Arby's.
Okay.
We were disappointed.
Hey, you know who did make $1 million in Bitcoin is our next guest, the legend,
Yes.
Dion Hibdon.
Dion Hibdon.
You give it up for
Yes,
Dion
give it up
Hibdon.
for Dion.
Yes. For sure.
I spent about $4 million getting there, though.
It happens.
I'd like to sugarcoat it somehow, but I've been doing this, since God started.
Almost 40 years, according to my notes.
Yeah, it's been a long damn time. But and it's hard to keep up with you guys right now. Me and Lawson fished all day long today, in a tournament. So you guys are wearing my ass out. So something peppy better happen pretty fast. Or you're gonna get to watch me.
Well, how'd you guys do today?
Yeah, she's fulls.
How'd you do?
We're both in the top 10 right now.
Okay.
But I'm sure when we play golf tomorrow, we're gonna sink, pretty fast on that. But anyways, no, we caught them pretty good. We had 15, 16 pounds apiece, somewhere like that.
Nice.
So,
And this is Bass and Bob's tournament, correct?
Yeah, they call it the Missouri Open.
Mm-hmm.
Mike McClellan's here. There's several of the pros that show up and come go fish, and a lot of the guys that like to play golf. I got on stage and told them what I thought about golf. I hope that I offended all of them.
Wow.
Really. It's just.
What'd you say?
I just told them that I didn't like golf. I didn't like golfers. And I thought that this should be more of a bass tournament than a golf tournament. But
you're the best, actually.
Oh, they don't scare me. I don't care if anybody likes me when it comes to golfers. I mean, dude, can you anybody on this team here, if they can say that a golfer, they care what they think, well, they don't need to be on the 10 cup team, so. And don't ever let me hear, I know Luke has to play golf every now and then.
I do.
Smooth people and stuff, but hopefully none of the rest of you play golf.
That's part of my day job. It's part of my day job.
I know.
Are you any good at it?
No. I spent most of my time learning to fish, and then 4 years ago I got rear-ended by a semi. Left side of my neck's messed up, so I can't.
Well, that seems to be the big key to golf is the excuses part.
I got that down.
So,
like fish.
That and fishing.
you got that down.
That and
I'm just
fishing.
saying.
Yeah. But I can still cast. I can still
Yeah,
cast.
I see that.
Yes.
I've been around you on that.
Yeah.
Luke, I think 10 Cup could start a conservation effort towards putting in boat ramps on these golf course lakes.
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe.
Matt Robertson.
Maybe.
No.
That's a good idea.
That's a
No, Matt Robertson. We're not doing anything for golfers ever.
Oh, they hate us, Dion. They hate us, buddy. I'm telling you.
No, it's not
I put my
happening.
bass boat in at a golf course. Now there's not any boats allowed on it anymore.
One time. Just one time, and that was it.
One time.
Can't even take a freaking joke.
They didn't have a sense of humor.
Unreal.
They didn't have a sense of humor.
Hey, Dion, it's always an honor to have you on the Stray Cast Show. And first off, bass fishing legend.
Yes.
I mean, does that ever sound weird, Dion? Bass fishing legend.
Well, I'll tell you right now. I crawled out of the truck the other day, and somebody said, "Wow, when you hair up in the wintertime, you look just like your dad." And I thought, "Holy crap, I must look old right now," you know. But anyways, no, I don't feel real legendary, you know, after weighing in 15.5 pounds today. But yeah, it's kind of cool. You know, I enjoy it. I enjoy getting to fish with my son and him being out there, and that's pretty special there. You know, and the neat thing about it is, you know, just like getting to meet Kristine this year, you know, up there and spending a couple days talking to her gals and stuff that she had up there, you know, and she said the whole key to longevity in this deal, and it's time on the water. You know, as soon as she spouted that out, I thought, okay, she's the real deal completely. You know, she knows exactly what it takes.
It's not a cliche. It's that real.
No, it's that real.
Real.
That is the deal. You know, back when I got out of high school and we started fishing professionally, me and my dad, you know, we fished 4 circuits a year. And like I say, that's the kind of time she's talking about investing with 20, 25 tournaments a season. And no doubt that's when I was at my best, you know, was when I was fishing that much. You know, but as you go along, you know, you get kids and stuff like that, and they grow up and want bass boats for toys and stuff.
And gotta do it.
Yeah, you know, and you gotta hang with them then.
But that's what makes a legend. All that time on the water, all that preparation, all that makes for the legend known as Dion Hibdon. I mean, dude, you won a Forest Wood Cup and a Bassmaster Classic. Give it up for that, Bass Galaxy. Come on. For real. That's huge. That's huge. Feider.
But see, I look at that totally different, you know, than everybody else. The championships, they're the easiest ones to win.
Okay.
For one reason.
Wow.
There's no second place. Nobody cares who finished second, you know. And so you can go out there and it's, you know, it's wide open fishing the whole time, you know. And I'm not saying that, you know, I'm going to win a whole bunch more or that it's special that I won 2, because it was special that I won 2. But to me, that's the easiest tournament to fish. I mean, because when you go into it, you know, you're planning on winning.
I like that answer.
I love to hear those guys say, "Oh, I'm glad to be here." I'm never glad to be here. No. If I'm not planning on winning, I don't even want to show up. And, you know, Seth, when he showed up this year, guess what? He intended to win Angler of the Year. Simple as that. He may not just came out and said it to everybody, you know, because that would be arrogant. But still, when he showed up, that was his plan, you know. And guess what? He pulled it off.
Yeah.
You know, same way with Kristine. You know, she finished second, and you ask when she thinks she wants to start. Guess what? She can start whenever she wanted. She's got the right mindset for it. So she could start tomorrow if she wanted to. You know, but the neat thing about it is you got to have the attitude. There's no, you don't see many of them meek and mild-mannered dudes out there that are big-time winners, you know, and you know, and it's not being arrogant. Kevin Van Dam, if you had to have a conversation with him, when you walk away at first glance, you think, wow, that's a little bit arrogant. No, that's just a winner. He's a guy that he fully intends to beat your ass every time he sees you, you know. And the crazy thing about it is he does most of the time.
A lot of great athletes are like that. A lot of great athletes
you know,
that's like that, Dan.
You just got to be positive about it and know your capabilities. And let me tell you something. That little girl's got her capabilities figured out, you know, and where she goes from here is totally up to her.
To the moon.
Because she can talk with the best of them. I mean, I heard her give seminars and stuff like that. She's got all the basics that she needs, you know. And the fishing's just fishing, you know. It's the same as every day you go out, even when you go out to go crappie fishing or something like that. Just some days you do it for hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know. But like I say, I think she's got her stuff lined out.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Dion, you you are a legend. I mean, let's just face it. But this is the question, Feider. I got to ask you.
Every time you say legend, makes me feel so much older.
Legend. You need to embrace the fact that you are a wise legend. You are a wise legend, Dion. So if Feider,
Lawson's having a hard time keeping a straight face right now.
Yeah, I look at him. I see him smirking over there like a garden gnome. You look like a cute gnome right now, actually. Hey, Feider, you know a lot of people at Bass, don't you? You're like a big shot over there, aren't you?
I know most of them, yeah.
Yeah. So Seth, like, you know that whole Legends deal exemption? Does Dion qualify for that?
Yeah. I mean, if he's won a classic, he gets a point for that. If you won an AOI, you get a point for that. And if you won over $1 million, you get a point for that.
He's got all those. Hey, text Bowman, one of you guys, Matt or Seth. Text Bowman and see if Dion qualifies, just for shits and giggles.
What are you getting at? What do you want?
I just want to know. I'm Bass Fishing Know-It-All guy. I gotta know things. So
I can tell you right now, I'm pretty happy doing what I'm doing.
I know you are, but I just want to know. I want to know how this legend thing works. I really want to know.
What kind of results do you want? Because that would matter if Seth messages him or I message him. You got to tell me what you want.
I'm going to go with Angler of the Year on that one. I'm just going to vote. My vote right now, you know.
Dude, but I mean, you have made a career being as steady and persistent as it goes. You're one of the slowest fishermen I've ever seen, ever. In my life, Dion. How do you do that? How do you fish so slow and persistent?
I like to hear guys when they come up with that, because Lawson's sitting right here next to me, and they used to say that about my dad, you know, how patient he was and everything. My dad was the most impatient human being on the planet.
He had
a 10-minute rule. If he didn't catch one in 10 minutes, he was going to change something.
Really?
Now that 10 minutes might be spent with 2 casts, but still, he was, you know, he was very impatient. Can I fish slow? Yeah, if I have to. Do I like it? No, I'm like anybody else. I like to keep it fast and furious if I can, you know. But heck, both of my sons that fish, Lawson and Peyton, they both fish slower than I do. You know, because I like to catch them. I don't like to wait on them to bite. You know, I like to move and get something going. But yeah, I can slobber a jig around with the best of them when it comes to catching them like that. But
you are a jig fisherman. I think of you. A lot of people think of Dion and Dion and your father, Guido, as a finesse guy. But I think of you as a jig slinger. You know, Zack, don't you think of Dion as a jig fisherman? Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people could believe that.
100%. So I got to pick your brain a little bit, Dion, about some jigs. All right? Will you be 100% honest with me on these questions, answers of these questions?
If I'm not, you won't know it. I'm going to tell you right up front, I might be the best liar you've ever heard.
Wow. Holy cow.
You know, back in the day, you had to make your living giving seminars. And, you know, when you get that 10-year-old kid in the front row that raises his hand, sometimes you got to lie to him. That's just the way it is.
Wow.
You know. But you go ahead and ask, and I'll tell you if it's a stupid question.
Okay, awesome. I like that. Okay, so I want to know your different styles of jigs that you use. I am making an assumption that you don't throw the same jig for everything. And I know that your family of Hibdons, and I see Lawson over there, he's got the secrets too. So you got to tell some stuff tonight, both of you guys, about the Hibdon family jigs. And I see Foli over there too, because he knows exactly what they are.
I assure you they have the best jig box that
of
any fisherman
they do
that ever lived.
So
period.
So I want you to describe a couple of your favorite jigs to me, Dan. First off,
okay, we're live right now. So I'm gonna turn my light on my phone, and I'm gonna show you what Lawson is doing right now.
Okay.
Show him what you're doing right there.
Is he wrapping jigs?
I mean, I'm trying to wrap some jigs, but you guys are kind of interrupting that.
You're wrapping jigs right now.
I mean, I'm trying to. I've got stuff all laid out here. I've got my rubber and everything.
Yeah.
Hold it up. Let's
Luckily,
see.
we've got a golf tomorrow, so I don't have to get them done like right now.
Good, because we don't feel bad then. Good.
Yeah.
So let's
You
see. Hold it
should.
up. Hold
I
it
mean,
up
you're
real
still
close.
interrupting.
Hold it up, Lawson.
Why don't you show the Bass Galaxy how do you wrap one or something like that? You
Show.
think we could
Hold
do
up the
that?
I
head.
can.
Hold up the head.
I can
too.
tell you right now. You asked us about our jigs that we throw. Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's never been one that you could ever narrow down. Probably our favorite right here around home is a little ball head jig with a little short collar on it. We use a lot of live rubber. Live rubber just looks better for us a lot of times. We'll mix a little bit of silicone in with it. And then for the most part, we put a little crawdad on the back of it of some sort.
Gotcha.
And that's the real deal with us. That's what we do. We do it a ton. Anytime you're around rock lakes with lots of crawfish in them, Ozark type lakes, mountain type lakes, that's a big deal for us. This little jig. And in the fall when things start cooling down a little bit, we do throw a small jig a lot.
On a spinning rod, or
you know.
is this still casting tackle?
Oh no, we still use it on a bait caster 90%
Okay.
of the time. But it can be on a spinning rod, absolutely. If that's what you're more comfortable with, that's what you should throw. There's one thing that we do pretty good, and that's we can cast. Grew up on Lake of the Ozarks around here, around boat docks, with Guido Hibdon as a dad. And my dad was the most ruthless bass fisherman ever when it comes to fishing like a buddy tournament or something like that with him, because he intended to win. So you either learned how to cast really, really good with either hand for the most part. Me and Lawson are both left-handed and right-handed when it comes to casting. And that was your only way to get a cast when you were fishing a team tournament, because if you couldn't make the cast, my dad would. And he would not have any remorse about him catching all the fish in the bag.
He was going to stick
the bag that you caught. And it was just we don't do this stuff for fun. We do it with the intention of winning every time we're on the water. And that's a lot of the reason why we have so many different kinds of jigs, and different styles.
What's the
and different
dock
things.
jig? What's the Hibdon famous dock jig? Is it a ball head? Does it have a different head configuration? What is it?
Well, let me break it down for you worse than that. It depends on what time of the year,
Okay.
Like right
do
now,
it. Break
the
it
fish-
down.
Right now, the fish are relating to stone a lot of big rocks and stuff, because those gizzard shad have moved up on the bank. And my whole theory on a jig is it can be clear full. A bass can be clear full of shad, and when he sees a crawdad, that's like something special. That's like your favorite food. If he's not got it available, he's still going to eat it,
Okay.
and that's what a crawdad is to a bass. I have actually seen them, spit out a shad and dive down to get my jig, I've witnessed that a few times over the years, it's just one of those deals. I try to explain it. It's kind of like an open potato chip bag. All right. You don't have to want any, but you're going to stick your hand in that bag and eat some. If it's open and it's close to you, well, a crawfish to a bass is that open potato chip bag. He might not want it, but he's going to eat it just because it's there, and it's just one of those deals that I think that's one of their preferences. That's, if you got crawdads around, they're going to eat a crawdad, that's why a jig is pretty versatile.
I
year
like that.
round,
I mean, in my head, as individually, a lot of times, if fish are on a bait fish bite, I get psyched out that I can't catch them on dragging a jig or something. But I like that you're kind of stating that doesn't matter. And I like how you said the bass will grab a crawdad if it sees it. It's just like Lawson. He couldn't stand having all that jig tying material right there in front of him. And I saw him shaking, and I didn't know why, but now I know why. It's because he was hankering.
He's got a lot of pressure on him because his older brother's fishing this thing too. And, even though he's talking about golf and everything tomorrow, he's got a lot of damn jigs to make. I mean, simple as that.
Oh, he makes them for the whole family?
Yes.
Well, heck yeah.
Oh, he's the one that makes them. Oh,
yeah.
He's like your caddy. He's your jig caddy.
No, I'm not carrying his clubs.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I've fed this big bastard for about 27 years. I mean, surely he can make me a couple jigs.
I like your thinking more and more every time you're on this show, Dion.
Well, heck yeah. You think I didn't do this stuff for my dad?
I'm sure you did, man. I'm sure you did a lot of fishing-related activities. Whatever Guido said you did. I'm pretty
we
sure.
all did. We all did.
Sure,
this little thing he's going to show you right here, I have caught them from New York, Japan, South Africa, Spain. I've caught them on this same bait everywhere I've ever been. I've never been anywhere that I didn't catch them on that little style jig right there.
Got it.
And it's basically brown, you know.
Okay.
But there's nothing sophisticated about it. You put a green pumpkin crawdad on the back of that, you can catch one anywhere you go.
I like it.
You know, and it's one of those deals, you know, it's my go-to a lot of times. And when we go around the country to these places and don't catch a fit, you know, don't catch them that good in practice, you know, when the chips are down for a Hibdon, I mean, that little brown jig catches them.
It's come through a lot of times.
Yeah, it's going to get played with, and we enjoy it. I mean, it's kind of our style of fishing. Like I say, because of where we grew up, we can cast above average, you know, as far as getting our bait where it needs to be. And, you know, and that's just something that a lot of guys don't thrive on, you know. It's fun to catch those ones that you just sling down the side of a dock or
the low
throw out
hanging
in the
fruit.
rocks, but there's a lot of times them great old big ones like to hide out. You know, they're ambush predators, and they're going to tuck back under that stuff, and I'm going to throw my stuff where they live a lot of times, and you know, and the crazy thing about it is I might not even rank in the top 3 of best casters I know.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there's, you know, Luke's better than I am anymore. I think I can't see as good or something. I'm going blind here.
What was he saying about excuses earlier?
Yeah, that's golf stuff, right? Hey,
well,
Dan.
yeah, you know, but mine's a fact. And mine ain't an excuse. Mine's just, that's life right there, boys. Yeah. You get to be 54 years old.
You ain't got to tell me, man. My eye's the only thing going. And my knee's a little bit now. But, hey, Dion, I got to ask you, bud. Do you know the date today? Do you know what the date is? I know a lot of times I don't know what the date is, so if you don't, that's okay.
17th?
It's the 17th of November. Do you know what you were doing on the 17th of November in 1989?
I'm not sure. Tell me.
Do you know what he was doing on the 17th of November in 1989?
I know a lot of Hibdon facts, but I don't know this one, though.
You were way far away from home. Seth, he was so far away from his home, he was scared. Zack, Birge, he didn't know what to do. He was so far away, he was freaking out. Matt, he didn't know what the hell was going on. Kristine, he was just a little kid, 1989. And you know what he did? He won the Havasu Derb, and you cash a check for $18,500. That's right, the Western Open on Havasu. 1989 on this date, bud.
Hey, don't brag that up too much. I only had like 18 pounds.
You had only 15, bud. You only had like 15.
Oh, you got it right there. Well, I was stretching it. You know, I remember that tournament pretty well.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
for sure.
That was a far away from home. Far away.
Yeah. I found a place that no man had ever been to before. You know, and I was pretty at that age right there. I wasn't afraid of, you know, scuffing fiberglass and tearing up propellers and stuff like that.
What do you mean at that age? You're still not.
That was one that really, really happened, you know, there. I snuck back up that river and I dug my way back in a place and got to where there was a little handful of them still living.
I remember, dude. I remember reading about it. Hey, my last question for you, Dion, and this is the hardest question of the evening for you. And I need you to answer it again honestly and wholeheartedly. What? Who would win in a fish-off, Rick Clunn or Larry Nixon? I know they're both your heroes. Who's going to win in a fish-off right now, this present day?
Right now, in this present day?
Yes, sir.
Probably Ricky, just because Larry's hands have kind of went to hell in the last few years.
Okay.
That's, a lot of people wonder why Larry hasn't went back to the elites and stuff like that. He's got a fish where he can use a dip net right this minute.
Okay, gotcha.
Because the meaty part of his hand right there doesn't have any muscle in it.
Yikes.
And how he hangs onto a damn fishing rod's beyond me. And it's so yeah, probably Ricky Clunn.
So the answer is Clunn. Okay.
You wouldn't get me to answer that question on any given day if I didn't know about his ailment, because as far as I'm concerned, one of them's probably the best fisherman, all around fisherman ever to live. And the other one has the focus of no human being I've ever been around. And the crazy thing about it is Ricky and Dad were best friends. A lot of people, didn't know that, but
that's awesome.
But Dad and Clunn were best buddies. I mean, forever. And it was, when they had the all-time greatest angler debate,
Yeah.
and Dad finished second, the first one to say something was Ricky. Ricky's like, hell, you guys must not paid attention to what Guido did back in the late 80s, he said, because, he won twice as much as anybody else did. We fished 4 circuits, the 88 and the 89 and 90 season. And in the 89 one, he won Angler of the Year in all 4.
Wow. Holy cow.
Yeah. And I mean, just, my dad, as far as I'm concerned, and it's not just in bass fishing. And that's why I said what I said about Ricky and Larry. I think Larry's probably the better angler in the end. But Ricky is just such a focused human being when it comes to his fishing and everything. He pays attention to how his blade turns on his spinnerbait and, how a crankbait thumps on the end of your rod. It ain't just slinging it out there and dragging it back to him. I mean, he's focused on everything. But, and that's, the reason my dad was so good is my dad was an outdoorsman, and he could do anything. You could drop him off in a patch of 100-acre woods and he'd have the biggest deer found in 10 minutes. If, back when I started guiding when I was just a kid, you might have people show up, want to go catch crappie. You might have somebody wants to go catch a catfish. And I always wanted Dad to fish one of them type of tournaments where they had multi-species, because there was nobody that was like him when it comes to that. I mean, he knew about all of them.
Man,
a lot of fishermen this day and age, they just fish what's popular, and that's bass. And I don't blame them. It's fun. I enjoy doing it immensely. But like I say, the greatest angler, as far as I'm concerned, is a guy who can catch anything that anybody wants to go catch on any day
at any time.
And my dad was that guy. My dad was, just overall best fisherman ever to walk the planet. It was very, you never hear me take it for granted what my dad was, because I got to travel with him. I got to travel with him every day. Spent most every day of my life with him, and to witness what he went through and what he did and how he caught them. And he was never lost, never ever. He was always right in the middle of knowing how to catch them.
That's a pretty strong statement.
In his later years, there was times that he didn't do stuff he didn't want to do, but like I say, there's a lot of good fishermen out there. Nixon's a natural. Larry's a natural fisherman. It just comes to him. And when I say that's not a negative thing. It just comes to him. It happens. He's rolling down the lake, and the urge hits him.
He sees
and he
it.
goes and does something.
He does it.
He sees it.
Yeah, and Ricky's more of a grinder.
To this day,
probably the best probably the best one ever to live. The best grinder ever. He's the guy that lays out two rods. They both got the same crankbait on them, and one of them's on 12-pound line, the other one's on 20-pound line.
And that's what he's working with. I mean, that's what.
That's all he wants to work with. Simple as that.
So your answer is Rick Clunn. Rick Clunn's gonna win right now.
They both have their days.
But if Nixon's hands were okay, that he would win.
Yep.
Hey,
he would be. It would be more of a toss-up.
More of a toss-up. Speaking of toss-up, I'm really screwing up here, Dion. I have to give where we at with this contest thing. We're supposed to be giving away stuff every 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
we'll just give away some stuff.
Yeah, we better give away some stuff.
Just DM me.
And I can't, Ginge, if you have questions anywhere in there, give me some because I can't figure out how to work this thing.
Can I tell a quick Larry Nixon story while you guys are figuring that?
Absolutely not.
I can't.
No, because
I thought it was my show. It's the only Larry Nixon story that I have.
I'm only kidding. Of course you can.
So Dion, Lawson, and I were in the 10 Cup truck, and we're going down to Kristine's camp just on the next pool in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and we thought that Larry had left.
Okay.
And I brought Larry some bottles of 10 Cup because I heard that he was a fan. And I was a little disappointed that he left town, so I had heard. So we're driving. We're a couple miles away from where Kristine and her girls were camping. And Lawson's like, hey, Nixon's rig's still there. So we hurried up and turned in. And what I said was so sophisticated when I met him. I brought him 3 bottles of 10 Cup, and I just kept saying over and over again, I've watched you my entire life.
You're like, remember when you were in the Beatles?
That was awesome.
It was a little bit embarrassing to witness.
Yeah, because him and Lawson wanted to talk about rabbit hunting, and they were. And I'm standing over the side, like I've watched you my entire life. Here, I've watched you my entire life. And it was.
You met Larry Nixon and gave him whiskey.
I met Larry Nixon.
Heck yeah.
And gave him whiskey. And it was awesome.
That was your brush with Nixon.
Yes. Yes.
It's amazing.
It was so amazing.
Okay, we got to give stuff away. And then we'll keep going on with the show. What do we got, Ginge? What's that? Okay, what do we got? Go ahead, Ginge. Who's the first guy for a prize? 10 Cup giveaway. How many minutes do we got to make up?
You
guys are on it.
Sam Ryan.
Sam can't win nothing.
That's what he gave us.
He's only 14.
Yeah, you got to be 21 to win.
Hey, we know that kid. Absolutely. You know that kid, Matt. Sam Ryan.
Sam.
Yeah. Wait, he's 21. He can win.
If you're 21, you can win.
Okay, the first winner of the night is Sam Ryan.
All right.
Yeah, he won. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sam.
To Sam Ryan. All right, keep building them up. Let's get 3 or 4 of them, and then we'll keep going.
Yeah.
But I want to move on to Zack because I want to talk a little bit about Zack Birge and his amazing abilities. First off, Zack, I don't know a lot of the rules of the Major League Fishing, but my favorite rule is that you can leave the boat. And, you're really good at leaving the boat, aren't you, Zack? You're always out of the boat.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at not staying in the boat. I've been able to make that out of every tournament, seems like, somehow or another.
I saw you at one in La Crosse or something where you were scaling rocks, and then another one you actually walked on a floating mat. It looked like. I'm like, what is this guy doing? That's because you duck hunt all the time, so you're not afraid to get in the water.
Yeah, I don't know. I was duck hunting this morning. I had water up to my knees inside my waders. There's no telling what I've walked through or stepped on, and had touched my skin at some time or another that probably shouldn't have, or could have bit me or something.
Living creatures. Yeah, you guys should all be together right now. You should be with Matt and Seth and all going duck hunting together in the morning.
We still need to do that duck off that you talked about.
Duck off does not sound right.
That it just who would kill the most? It's a great idea. And I know Zack and Seth are all about that.
Yeah, they all taste blood. Once they taste blood, it's all over. But Zach, I mean, you're always out of the boat, dude, and you're not scared to do what it takes to catch a few fish, bud. I like that about you.
Yeah, I don't necessarily do it intentionally. It just seems like I always end up in some situation where I just hop out and roll.
So you're Oklahoma born and raised, right?
Actually born in Virginia. Was there for 6 months. Moved to Arkansas. Lived there for 13 years. I've been in Oklahoma for almost 16 now.
For 16. What you got, Ginge? Oh, I thing's broke. All right, gotcha. You were in Oklahoma. So you've been in Oklahoma. Sorry, I got distracted there a second, Zach. So my question to you is like, are you a spinnerbait guy? Is that what you think of when you think of power fishing?
I'm a junk fisherman. I don't really have one thing that I key in on or that I like doing more than other. I usually have 25 to 30 rods out on the deck of my boat. I'm tripping over stuff, picking things up, and just run with it. The few times that I get to fish with 2 or 3 rods is pretty nice, but it's normally not the case. I bounce around, and if it looks good, I go do it. And it's worked for me up to this point, so that's why I do it so much.
Yeah, it seems like everybody from Oklahoma is a spinnerbait guy.
It is, man. It's always windy here. It's all when you think of Oklahoma.
The wind always gets you whenever.
Blowing 25 or 30 plus, and everybody always jokes around and says the wind is your friend, and a little bit of wind can be your friend, but out here there's more days than none where it's blowing 20 plus and I'm cussing it.
more often than not. That's why you never hear Jimmy Houston cuss, because it's always windy.
That's true.
In Oklahoma. In case you didn't know. Zach, you're cutting up really bad. I don't know if it's just on me or if it's the internet over there. There it is. Hey, can you hear me okay, Zach?
Yeah.
All right, good. Hey, Zach, I want to know, you like, I remember first seeing you on the scene, Rookie of the Year. That's a pretty strong start, dude. Pretty, I mean, that seems ridiculous, but pretty strong start. So you're starting with a bang. What is the future for Zach Birge? What's the future of Zach Birge in professional bass fishing? Where do you see yourself a couple years down the road?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Okay.
I don't plan on going anywhere other than bass fishing.
Right.
But
I mean, that's your deal.
Whatever route I end up going down the road is, I won't know until the next day ahead of me.
But whatever you do, it's going to be bass fishing.
It's going to be bass fishing. Yep. I'm not going back to work on other stuff.
Yeah, that's all you know is bass fishing, just like Lawson. That's all Lawson knows how to do is tie jigs and bass fish.
I can do other stuff.
No, you really can't.
Yeah.
And Zach, I'll tell you one thing you can't do. You're a tremendous fisherman and a tremendous hunter, no doubt. But you're awful at Disney Scrabble.
Oh.
When you came through and you stayed at my house on the way up to Lake St. Clair, we played Disney Scrabble with my 8-year-old daughter. Well, actually, she was 7 at the time. She won. I feel a close second. Zach was a distant third. So he just, that's one thing he cannot do at all. Disney Scrabble.
Well,
I know you got young kids.
Now,
huh?
I've played games with that same little girl, and I think that's a midget.
Yeah, she's too smart, isn't she?
Yeah, she's too smart. That ain't no little girl.
She's pretty sharp. She's pretty sharp. So
no doubt about it. Hey, Foli,
yeah.
The Whiskey Gypsy, you have a strong tribe.
I do.
Tribe. Yeah.
I'm very proud of this.
Hey, hey, Zach, you remember like I know Dion would remember this, but you remember like back in the day, like there was carnival barkers and elixir salesmen. That's kind of like, that's what Foli is. You know what I mean, Zach? He's kind of like an elixir salesman. You know,
snake oil salesman, right there.
Yeah, that's it. That's his deal right there.
I've been called worse by people on this, forum. So
hey, you might not like me saying this, Zach, but I can remember. I think it was the Coast on. I don't know, something. Or no. It was FLW tour 2015 on Smith. You were winning, or you were leading the derb, and then there comes Dave Lefebvre, or whatever.
Lefebvre.
And he left hooked you. I thought that was your first victory that year. I thought it was going to happen for you.
Yeah, I got no excuses other than that.
We lost Zach.
Yeah, we're having problems.
Mistakes, and that's it. Just rookie mistakes. Just being young and inexperienced.
Rookie mistakes. And Dave Lefebvre.
I remember when Dave started.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hey Lawson, what are you doing? Are you still tying jigs?
I am. You didn't tell me to stop.
No, you don't need to stop. I like that you're being productive and multitasking. That's a good sign for a young adult, that you can do all that at the same time. There's no doubt about it. Hey Lawson, are you golfing tomorrow?
I am.
How you feeling about that?
I'm participating.
How you feeling about that?
That's funny.
I'm pretty good. I mean, not as good as most of the guys here, but I'll be all right. I've got a good golf pro, so
That's the
biggest key.
That's the important part.
Yeah.
Hey, you had an amazing rookie year. Bass Galaxy, give it up for Lawson Hibdon. An amazing rookie year on tour. Bunch of bangers, dude. You're up against a bunch of bangers. You did pretty good.
Yeah, it was. I'm glad it turned out how it did. I mean, I feel like I definitely had some rookie mistakes, but that's all right.
You know, you're a rookie, and so is Matt Robertson. Matt Robertson is a rookie, and so are you. And you both. I think you both had a learning year. There's no doubt about it. And one thing that we could say about you being a rookie, Lawson, is I don't know if this is fair to say, but he might have an unfair advantage over, like going into this whole Bassin thing, like getting to hang out with, first off, your father, second off, your grandfather, guys like Ricky Clunn, guys like Larry Nixon. Like, you can find out whatever you want. Of course, you have to apply it, but do you ever think of that advantage, Lawson? Do you ever think of that as an advantage?
Yeah. I mean, well, not really. Those guys are just, friends, and of course you talk fishing with all of them, but
would they sandbag you? Would they sandbag you, Lawson? Any of those guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think they all lie.
Wow.
Just because they're bass fishermen.
Okay.
I know my dad lies to me.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yikes.
Uh-oh.
Hey, it's kind of turned about fair play on that.
So you sandbag, you hear that, Matt? Dion sandbags his old son, just like Chris and Corey Johnston.
Do they lie to each other?
Yeah, I heard they did.
That's fine. Well, I know they lie to me.
That's funny.
So
the only honest Canadian's Gussie? Is that what you're saying?
Gussie's an angel. Gussie is an absolute Bassin angel.
He is.
There's not a mean bone in his body. He was created by the angels above.
Okay.
In Canada, though. The Canadian angels.
Or so he tells you.
No, Gussie's a good dude.
He is actually, if Gussie tells you something, he's 100%.
Yeah. Now, Chris and Corey Johnston, that they're not the ones. Back to Lawson.
Back to Lawson.
Back to Lawson. Hey, your dad and your grandpa won Bassmaster Classics. Lawson.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of weight on the shoulders. Did we lose Zack?
No, he's back. He's back.
Okay. That's a lot of pressure. Do you look at it as pressure? Do you look at it as you have to fulfill any sort of, like, you're a legacy? Do you look at it any pressures at all?
No, not really. I mean, I think it drives you a little harder to, go and try and win. It's pressure though. No.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a good year. What'd you come in, like 20 something or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
24.
24. Okay.
And he got 5 checks out of 6 events. So.
5 checks out of 6 events.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know Lawson pretty good.
I do.
Fulls.
I do.
Yeah. I mean, you seen the kid since he was basically just fresh into the world. Since he was spawned.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a baby.
Do you feel that he has some shoes to fill? Do you feel that as almost a family member, Luke Foli, that Lawson maybe has some shoes to fill?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, his dad and then his grandpa. But I know the household and the environment that he grew up in and how they raised him. And it was just go out, compete the right way, be a good person, work hard, and let the cards fall where they may. It was never, oh, you got to do this, you got to win, it was never that way. Everybody works awful hard, on and off the water. They build a lot of baits. There was really no off season at the Hibdon household, especially around Guido.
It's always fishing.
Well, it was always fishing, or Guido was making baits. I mean, he made a lot of the baits that he was freaking genius. I mean, as good of a fisherman as he was, he may have been a better lure designer.
A tinkerer. I love this story about Dion making you told it to us a long time ago, Dion, at the Forest Wood Cup, and it was about you making the baits at school, like in a creepy crawler thing maker machine, and you made the first crawdad bug, and it the rest is history.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
But no, Lawson could talk fishing like a man at 7, 8 years old. And I'm not
Here's a regular prodigy.
I mean, he had that. I mean, we all knew that he would one day be doing what he's doing right now, and we look forward to.
How many jigs are in Lawson's beard right now?
Oh, in his beard?
Yeah, in his beard.
5.
5 jigs are in Lawson's beard. It's like
that's where he carries them so he can retie fast.
Yeah, he's like, guess how many jelly beans are in the jar? It's how many jigs are in Lawson's beard right now.
We should do that contest sometime.
Hey, Lawson, you know how you got to think quick on the water? Like that's important as an angler. I'm going to ask you some questions, and I need you to just spit out answers. Okay?
They'll be good.
Okay. All right. Are you ready? Spit out answers.
Sure.
All right. What do you do for fun? Besides fish. Besides fish.
That's it.
Build lures.
Tie jigs.
Tie jigs.
Tell me a Hibdon
I like to hunt a little bit too, but
okay, rabbit hunt.
No, our hunting's a little different than most of these guys because we're not very ethical about it, but it's still fun to me.
We're not actually hunters. We're killers.
Wow. Do explain, please. Do explain.
Yeah.
No, can't do that on the internet.
Okay. Let's talk about this. Either. Hey, Lawson, who's the guy to beat in bass fishing right now? In the whole bass fishing galaxy, who's the guy to beat?
I'd say Seth Feider.
Oh, Seth Feider. Okay.
Sure seems like it.
Okay. he's doing a few things. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He beat all those other pros pretty handily. I mean, I don't know, but
that's the guy to
we
beat.
should talk to him here in a minute. Yeah.
Hey, Lawson, tell me a Hibdon family secret.
Golly.
Quick, come on.
That's kind of on the spot. I don't really
tell me.
on that
like
one.
a fishing secret. A Hibdon family fishing secret. Come on.
I mean, you're looking at them. I'm sitting here tying them for you. That's one of the biggest things we got.
That is pretty special.
I tell you one of the funniest sayings my dad used to say while he's sitting there making tackle. He'd say, I bet Ricky Klung's sitting making this stuff at his house right now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Think about that. Like if your father, Dion, if Guido and Rick Klun, like across the Bass Galaxy, were both assembling baits at the same time, that's like powers. That's like powers conjured.
You knew you were in the presence of greatness, and I got to say that all the time. I mean,
hey Lawson, what is your 3-year plan? I asked Zack the same kind of thing. What is your 3-year plan in bassing, Lawson Hibdon?
I mean, of course, you know, I just want to fish tournaments. So I mean, I guess just fish more and more. You know, maybe try and fish a couple of circuits. Really no plan about it.
Okay.
You know, I'm kind of same answer Zack had. It's kind of day to day, but you know, definitely fish more tournaments in a year because we didn't fish enough this year, and you know, we come home and fish a few little tournaments, and that's a lot of fun. But hell, it's a lot better being out there on the road.
Yeah, I mean, and we see you winning. We see that in the future.
Yeah.
On the
so.
wherever you're fishing, we do see it 100%. Speaking of winning, we got some more catching up to do. Ginge, what do you got for us? We got some more names. What did we do? Drop the thing for a minute?
Yeah.
Did it shkabuki for a second? Okay, so we got to give away some prizes. Give me 3
Let's
or
go
4
away.
of them.
All right, ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Josh Hilton.
Josh Hilton, you won 10-cup pack.
All right.
Will Lancet.
Will Lancet.
Mike Groves.
Mike Groves.
Mikey.
That's good enough.
That's 3.
That's 3.
All
Okay,
right,
so that's 4 total right now.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah, all right. And put them in the chat, Ginge,
Yeah.
so they know they win because we screwed this up. Way to go, Foley.
I'm sorry.
Way to go,
You know,
Foley.
my first time officially hosting, and I.
No, you're doing good though. But
Am I?
Yeah, you're doing really.
It's not like when I met Larry Nixon, and I just.
Instead, remember
I
when you were in the
watched you my
Beatles
whole life.
and he wasn't in the
Yeah.
Beatles.
Yeah.
Hey, Robertson, Feider, how's Foley doing?
He needs to stop apologizing to you and tell you what to do and stop asking. This is his show.
There you go. Thanks. I like your answer.
I like
so
his
with that
answer.
being said, why don't you bring on Matt Robertson?
Let's bring on Matt Robertson.
Foles, take it away with Matt Robertson. Hammer this kid.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, first and foremost, congratulations on qualifying for yet another Bassmasters Classic.
That's right, Matt Robertson.
Yeah.
Congratulations, sir. Woo!
Appreciate it.
BMC bound.
You had a great 2021. What do you see yourself doing a little bit different in 2022?
Nothing really different. I'm gonna approach everything the same way. Hopefully, I'm gonna see one of them blue trophies and maybe a one with a little bit of gold on the side of it in March. And yeah, I got a special feeling about it.
Really?
I don't care what he's got to say about it, but he probably begs to differ a little bit. But yeah. Hopefully, win some tournaments.
Are those a little bit off subject here? Are those 10-cup on-'em hats as hot as you say they are?
They are hot, buddy. It's unreal how many people want them.
And as soon as we
you
get
mean
'em
like a
made-
hot commodity?
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm telling you, they're gone. They're gone as soon as I put them up there.
Old blue.
I just like hearing him say that.
I even see Kristine wearing that one.
Yeah, she wore it. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a lucky hat.
Yeah, it is. And you had one of
People
Pedro's
don't believe
rocks
me.
too.
Yeah, Pedro wanted us to ask you, Kristine, if his rock was a contributor to your success in 2021.
I mean, how could it not have been? I had a great 2021, and I mean the rock, as we all know, is a key factor in that success.
Yeah, 100%.
Can I ask Pedro a question?
I don't know. Where's Pedro?
This is my show. Why am I asking?
Oh yeah, you're right, Matt. See,
Hey,
Robertson.
There you go.
Hey, Pedro.
Okay.
Let me know if you need more whiskey, okay? You got my number. We got some mutual friends. You let me know if you need some more around the house, and if you're running low, give me a shout.
Well, Luke, I happened to be over there the other day, and
Was he getting low? Does he got plenty? What are we looking like?
I took a gander, and he is low.
He is low. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
He's slow.
It's like feeding a stray cat. You messed up.
You done messed up, Foles. Hey, keep hammering Robertson.
When the fighters talk about cats and that ghost cat, I'm still freaked out about that from last year. So I'm just going to move on and ask Matt some questions.
Yeah. Nice segue, Foles. Now you're doing it. Now we're warming up.
Thank you.
Now we're warming up.
All right. Last question, Matt.
Yeah.
So 10 Cup's been given back. What else do you think we could do?
Well, obviously, don't put no ramps on the golf courses for Dion, but
he did not like
with them golfers.
And I'm really not sure if you should help out with the Asian carp or not, because I'm beginning to wonder if it's a sham. I ain't seen a damn carp fisherman on the lake, and I'm on there as much as anybody.
Yikes!
I would like to think that, but yeah, I don't see them. I don't know. We lost everything here. Can y'all still see us and hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can see you, Maddie.
See you. Yeah.
The blue one.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, we got her. Feider is playing with a mouse.
Matt, does that make you sad to see what's happening to Kentucky Lake?
Yeah, man. Like, it really does. Like, I grew up fishing that place for 20 years, and if you'd have told me that it would be fishing like it is right now, I would have. I see having a bad year maybe, but dude, it is. You don't know until you go. Like, it's bad. 17 pounds, 18 pounds is a big bag, and all summer I saw 12 pounds winning tournaments. I mean,
that's horrid.
Yeah, you can almost do that on the Ohio River.
And then
Hey,
he just jabbed you. He just jabbed you.
Most tournaments on the Ohio River went with 10 or less.
10 or 11.
So
yeah. And
you could come in the top 3 on Kentucky for sure.
Matt, it's crazy to see that on a fishery.
Yeah.
To see that happen. And is there hope, Matt? Is there hope for Kentucky Lake?
The last 2 years I would have said there's hope, but hope's dwindled, buddy. I can tell you this: one of my good fishing buddies, fishing partners, flies helicopter looking for marijuana all summer, and he flies over the lake. And whenever you fly over Kentucky Lake, it is solid carp. If the carp wouldn't move, you could walk across the lake.
Oh my goodness!
It's like a cereal bowl overflowing with cereal, and yeah, I mean, solid carp if you can grasp that.
Unreal. So it's got to start fresh. So it's basically you got to kill the lake off and start again. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I mean I see that's the only way it's coming back.
That's
I
sad.
mean,
That's
it's
sad.
bad.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, Tin Cup, we got to do something.
Yeah, we actually talked about that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what 2022 is going to lead, but I'm going to try and help if I can. So
Matt, you're a
I'll
numbers
go catch some carp. I mean, if you want.
You go catch them?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Come on down. We'll go snagging, buddy. I got my big bamboo.
He does. They call
I
him.
took Pat and Seth snagging, and it was
I think I'd rather
failure
shoot.
of a trip.
Well, I'm sure Lawson would nail him. Lawson will get him. Hey, Matt, you're a numbers guy, aren't you, Robertson?
Yeah, all right.
I mean, I'm gonna run some numbers at you, and you tell me if you know what this means. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So 1 equals 59. 2 equals 17. 3 equals 77. 4 equals 11. 5 equals 40. 6 equals 38. 7 equals 7. 8 equals 18. And 9 equals 79. Do you know what those numbers are, Matt?
I don't know what they are, buddy.
Matt, those numbers are the places that you finish in each corresponding tournament of the 2021 season. So for tournament number 1, you finished in 59th place. Okay. Tournament number 2 is 17th place. All right. 377 and so forth. Now, Matt, what I have done is I've put together a series of numbers from the Bass Fishing Galaxy that point to the fact that you are not good with odd numbers. Odd numbers are not your thing. Even numbers are your thing, and you seem to catch well during even number events. All right? So in events 1, 3, and 9, you tanked. You kind of tanked.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And in number 7, you came in 7 because that's a lucky number, but that's an odd number, but it's still a lucky number. Okay?
Yeah.
And then in the even number events, you fared well, and that's what brought you to the Bassmaster Classic. Okay? So I need to know, I'm asking you this question, and I'm going to ask you this question, and I need you to answer it as Wendell would. Okay? And the question, your friend Wendell, your bass and bud, your bestie. I need you to do the best to conjure how Wendell would answer this question. And Matt, what do you need to do to tighten up on those odd numbered derbs? What do you need to do?
You need to stop being stupid. You need to go out there and stop looking around for 2 days offshore and go out there and try to catch a limit. You're fishing stupid. You are fishing stupid. Literally, that's the conversation I get from him. That's my pep talk.
Okay, so he's telling you you're being a dum-dum and fish smart.
And to run the bank.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Get off. Stop looking offshore, you know?
Well, Matt, it's I know why you look offshore. And first off, the obvious is that the schools can pay off. Foli knows that. All the guests here know.
There are no schools in Indiana. Foli doesn't.
I was waiting. I knew a Hibdon or Kristine
so
were just
right.
gonna knock that out of the
He
park.
just turned loose the only school there is in Indiana.
Yeah, he sure did.
That's right.
3,300 that lake that doubled the population.
They've dispersed.
Probably.
And they've dispersed.
Probably.
And they've dispersed.
I knew that wasn't going to end well for me.
Hey, Matt, you're a visionary, right?
Yeah.
That's why you go outside. That's why you fish outside. You have visions. You have premonitions. Do you think that you're a visionary, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So, Kristine Fischer.
I've had dreams.
Yeah. Kristine Fischer, if you could imagine one of Matt's visions, what do you think?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, like one of Matt's bass fishing visions. Kristine, what would that be? Name what you think. Yeah, one of his bass fishing visions.
That's just uncomfortable for me, too.
Yeah, that puts me in a
I'm
situation.
looking forward to this.
No, it's a bass fishing vision. You have them. Dion has them. Lawson has them. Zack has them. Seth has them. Foles has them. Tell me a vision that you think Matt Robertson has in regards to bass fishing.
Well, okay. I think if I were Matt, if I am in the brain of Matt, I'm sitting
You gotta
there.
talk like me with the redneck accent.
Yeah, can you do it
Go
in a
little-
Matt accent,
go
please?
Impersonate me, Kristine. Let's hear this.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I'm flying down Kentucky Lake. There's grass everywhere. I can't believe it. The grass is back. There's bald eagles flying overhead, Def Leppard animals playing on my Mountain Dew speaker I got in the boat. Life is good. I don't know what Asian carp are. And we gonna stack up 30 pounds on that old ledge out there in front of the bridge.
I love it.
It's good.
That's the best.
That's the best
You nailed
premonition
it.
of Matt Robert. Amazing. Give it up, Bass Galaxy, for Kristine Fischer.
And she added the bald eagle
Yeah,
overhead.
the bald eagle did it.
Yeah, that's
that
nice.
was the mental picture.
Nice touch. It's a nice touch.
Well, it means freedom, and I think Matt thinks about freedom all the time, like most of us do. Matt symbolizes freedom.
Wow. Yeah, he's like a majestic.
Freedom and fashion,
Kristine.
might I add.
Yes.
Freedom and fashion.
Yes.
Freedom. And,
Holy crap, that went deep all of a sudden.
yeah, didn't it? Didn't it?
Fashion and hairstyles. He got his hair cut last week. He broke the internet.
Yeah.
All the different comments and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean that kid. He's
That can't be just trained to anybody. I mean, that was a high dollar Hollywood hair cutter.
it really was.
Listen, Luke, whenever you're this good looking, buddy, You'll know one day. You grow the hair out.
Hey, I put some extra gel in tonight. You commented.
Yeah. Foles looking like a zillion bucks.
The rest of those guys didn't comment, but you did. Thank you.
He's looking like a zillion bucks.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, you're a fierce competitor. I know that about you. You actually grow horns. You grow horns sometimes on Derb Day. And I've seen it. And I'm going to ask this question to Seth Feider to answer this about Matt Robertson. And Seth, I want to ask you, do you think that Matt Robertson is his own worst enemy when it comes to tournament fishing? Or maybe life in general?
I suppose, but I think we all are, aren't we?
Yeah, 100%.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
He came back at you and flipped the script.
No, that's how you talk show. That's how you talk.
That's
show.
how you bass fishing talk.
That's how you bass fishing talk show. And I heard you laughing, but
that's how an angler of the year tells you.
Yeah,
right
damn
there.
right.
Yeah. We all are our own worst enemies, and you're right, Seth. Because if we're not, then we're complacent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can't be complacent in bassing.
No, or liquor sales.
Can be. You sold all liquor in Texas, by the way.
I did.
Full.
Can we get I sold every drop of 10 cup in Texas.
Give it up for Foli at the Bassmaster Classic.
Yeah, I know we're talking about the Bass Angler of the Year, but if I may, for a minute, because this is my show, they were even geared up. They even sent more 10 cup to Texas than what they thought would go because the PBR was in town a few weeks before. We sponsor that with Pendleton Whiskey.
Pabst Blue Ribbon?
No.
Oh.
Professional bull riding.
Oh, gotcha.
Come on, Pat.
Sorry, host.
And they sold all that too, so they were really geared up. So the bass fishermen went and drank all the 10 cup, and we still drank it all.
And Pedro helped. Pedro,
yes, he did.
Pedro was your Was your number one guy.
And I drank a little bit. Me and Brian the carpenter did one night. So
yeah. You went at it a little bit. Hey, Matt. I think you had a good 21. I think you had a good opening year.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, I mean,
it was okay. Much room for improvement.
100% room for improvement. But for a rookie year against some of the best anglers in the game, you did pretty damn good. Is there a derby that you probably think you should have won, Matt? I mean, a lot of people say that on a local level, on a professional level. You know, man, I should have won this. I had this. The fish were on, doo-doo. Is there any derby you really should have won, Matt?
No, there was never one tournament where I was, catching them where I could win it. Should have done better at 2 or 3 of them where I lost some. And, should have done a lot better at Lake Fork, but no, I was never set up to win one, I don't think.
Is 2021, was it your most confident year ever as an angler, Matt?
Man, that St. John's really took the wind out of my sails. I was pretty cocky going in, put it right out the gate, and had a rough one on the first odd number. But yeah, I was fishing pretty confident, I feel like.
Okay. So
big learning curve,
So does that is for someone that might not ever experience it, Matt? What does it do for one's confidence to finally qualify for a professional bass fishing tour? Like, what does that do for your confidence as an angler? So you went from the reigning king of Kentucky Lake and doing really well in the opens to now qualifying for the Bassmaster Elite Series. What does that do for your confidence as an angler?
Man, it really, at first it pumps it up, but, man, I got to tell you, you got to keep that confidence going into it. You're really confident, because you did just qualify for the Elite Series. You had to come in the top 3 in points, and man, it's pretty stout. But the biggest thing is keeping that confidence throughout the year and keeping your head screwed on. And yeah, man, it does a lot for you. Confidence is everything in this sport. Everybody sitting here knows that.
What gives you confidence, Matt? Wood. When you got wood.
Yeah, you got to fish for the wood, buddy.
Yeah. You got to fish for the wood, bud, and then the confidence comes. Like your buddy Feider says, catching fish catches everything, and when you catch fish, you get wood.
Buddy, I thought I had a lot of wood, and then I go and stay in his spare room, and there's about 17 boxes and a whole wall full of plaques.
I mean,
he owned this state.
I have never seen anything like it, Feider. Like, literally, if you go into that basement room, there's boxes and boxes and boxes and then more boxes of trophies. Unreal. And all of them won on a half of a little Senko type worm with a yellow head. Every dang one of them.
Yeah. Maybe one or two on a jig.
Yeah, one or two on a jig. Yeah. I mean,
maybe.
or flipping MILF. Something like that. But I mean,
I got to do some of that with him in Minnesota.
Yeah. You did. He put you in Mecca.
Uh-huh.
He put you in Mecca there for a minute, man. But Matt, before we move on to Feider here, I got to tell you a couple things. We do this a lot on Straightcast lately, and of course, Foli was Googling earlier, and Matt Robertson has some interesting Google search suggestions. So it's that people also searched for. Do you know what I'm saying, Kristine? So like, say you're looking up information on Lake Fork, it'll also say like people also searched for. And this is pretty crazy of what people searched for also in regards to Matt Robertson. So the first search was, what is an Onum hat? That was the first search besides Matt Robertson fishing. What is an Onum hat? That's pretty cool, Matt.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool that the number one search besides your name was, what is an Onum hat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's probably 6,342 and a half Matt Robertsons in the world. And what is an Onum hat was the second.
That's pretty stout.
Pretty stout. The third was Matt Robertson, Staunton, Virginia. Staunton, Virginia. What is that? Matt Robertson.
Went to jail there once, but that's about
it. You're Stinton Staunton. I like it. Okay. So that's why that comes up. The next search is Matt Robertson Bassmaster Classic Weigh-In. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a dandy, buddy.
Yeah, you didn't have no sleeves on.
He didn't.
Yeah, that's where all the women's, hearts melted across the world.
Not the women, but the women's. You know what you hear how he said that. You heard how he said it, Kristine. All the women's in the world. We're swooning for Matt Robertson and your newfound bass tattoo. Do you know anybody that actually has a BASS tattoo? Dion, do you know anybody that has that on their arm? A bass tattoo?
Not to my knowledge, no.
It's freaking Matt Robertson. He's a crazy nut.
You're going to make me take my shirt off, Dion.
If you got it, I want to see it.
Show the legend, Dion Hibdon, your BASS tattoo.
There you go, buddy.
Oh,
holy crap. Look at that.
No, look at that.
That's done well.
What do you think about them arms?
That is That's awesome.
I've been working out.
You're a dedicated man.
You look like Swindle. Man. That's something else.
Got some real guns here, buddy.
You got some guns like Swindle, Matty.
Made from Little Debbie's and that's probably about it.
Now you're getting a new tattoo, right? Where are you getting the new tattoo? Isn't it? Aren't you getting a different? Didn't I hear something about this? You're getting a new tattoo, Matt?
Yep.
That's all you're saying?
Maybe we shouldn't ask.
I've consulted my roommate, and I can't say.
Feider just gave you the STFU look, didn't he?
Yeah, we give each other permission on stuff. Our wives don't really like that. We've gotten in trouble a few times.
Yeah,
but
because he's an upperclassman and you're just a sophomore, so you looked to him and he's like, "Don't say about the tattoo you're about to get. Don't tell anybody." You believe this guy, Dion? Unreal. Well,
that's my pro staff.
To measure my fish.
Enough said. The next search that comes up in Matt Robertson is Matt Robertson FLW. Matt Robertson FLW. What do you think about that? That's like you had a pretty good run over there.
Nah, that's some rough times over there.
Why does Matt Robertson FLW come up then?
I don't know, really.
Because
Wendell
Wendell keeps putting in Matt Robertson FLW. That's what he's doing.
Oh, yeah. I guarantee it.
Because those are the worst. And it's FLW, awesome organization. The reason that he's doing it is because those are the toughest derbs that you had on Kentucky Lake, were FLW derbs and Costas, and that's why Wendell keeps putting it in the search.
I still averaged about $1,000 a tournament in FLW last time I looked, though.
I know you.
And that's pretty good if you count whenever I was fishing the BFLs, whenever I was 17.
Yeah.
The next search that comes, and that's very good. The next search that comes up is Matt Robertson YouTube channel.
Oh God.
Matt Robertson YouTube channel. What are you doing on the YouTube stuff? You doing like tricks and pranks and stuff? Do you like going?
It's probably all the women trying to get on there and watch more videos. Maybe I got news for them. There ain't too many. They're probably disappointed.
You just go to the mall and do pranks and stuff. That's your channel. It's right there. And then here,
I've done a few videos, not many.
No, you did some good ones. I've seen some good ones you got. Hey, and then this is the final search. There was more, but this is the last one that I wrote down. It is, who is Matt Robertson's wife? Who is Matt Robertson's wife? So they're checking up on you. You're right. You're right.
Go listen to it. I'll try to tell y'all. Y'all don't believe me.
Yeah, and Cassie is a tough customer, and she'll kick anybody's ass. Let's just get that straight.
She's an angel.
But she's a tough customer, though. She'll kick some ass.
I think an angel is a stretch, Luke. An angel.
She's always been very nice to me. Is all I'm saying. So.
She certainly has. Certainly
Yes.
has. Hey,
I wouldn't be where I am without her. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, she keeps you in line, dude. You'd be done. You'd be absolutely 100% done. You know?
I agree with that 100%.
Well done. Hey, you know who's not done, Matt?
Who's that?
You know who's just beginning? The rise.
Yep.
The rise. That's Seth Feider, the guy to your right. That dude.
Yep.
That dude right over there.
I agree with you.
2021 Angler of the Year. Wow. Just sweeped it. Sweep the gosh dang season.
Sure did.
Unreal. You believe this guy, Foles? Good move putting him on the Tin Cup team.
He made me look very, very smart.
Yeah, he sure did make you look good, Foles.
They all make me. What'd you say to me, Matt, the other night after Kristine won that I was like, what coach?
Oh, I
that's
said if you were a basketball coach, what you did this year is you assembled the 96 Bulls.
Wow. Good job, Matt. I like that. I like
True,
that.
though.
It's.
You couldn't have done a better job.
And
right after Kristine won, I sent him that.
And you're the Scottie Pippen, I believe.
Yes, you did.
I mean, not Scottie Pippen.
Rodman?
Yes, you're the Rodman. You're Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, he's Rodman, all right.
100% Rodman. Yeah. Feider, good year, dude. I mean,
thanks, bud.
I mean, like, we had you on here after your victory, but I mean, what the heck, man? That's pretty amazing, don't you think, Foles? What do you got for Feider over there? What's happening with him?
Well, he's like you said, he sweeped it.
Sweeped it.
It wasn't even close. It was incredible.
Unreal.
He won Mille Lacs.
Yeah.
He's
not
won
this
at St.
year.
Clair. No.
Not
We're just talking about previous wins. I'm just reading your notes that you gave me. I have other things I could talk about to him, but
don't.
Yeah. But just an incredible year, and it was exciting for me personally. And I think I talked about this when you had him on after he won. But like, I wanted to fish and be a fisherman ever since I was 12, and my parents really didn't watch Bassmasters that much. I mean, back in the days when Dion was doing good or Guido was on a run, they'd watch some. But those last few tournaments, like, I'm bringing my daughter over to our house, and they're like, Hey, did you see what Seth weighed in just now? He just got another big one. And you know, those last two turns. I mean, for me personally, I mean, that's like my parents that don't. He had them tuning in on Bassmasters and giving me updates. So that's something pretty special. So thank you for doing that, Seth. But yeah, I got to fish with him in his home state. They have way more bass in Minnesota than what Indiana has, I found.
That's true. In just the lake that you went to.
Yeah.
There might be more bass in the lake we fish than
all of Indiana, yes.
100% there is, Feider.
Yes.
There might be more bass in one patch of milfoil.
There might be.
There's a lot of bass. There's a lot of bass.
100% there is.
Yeah.
Hey, Feider, you're right at the cusp, man. I mean, think about this. A couple more months and you're pulling the boat south. And it's
back. I don't think about that. Yeah.
I know, but this is a bass and talk show. So we
all right. Yeah, I'm really excited about the season starting. I can't wait.
Not a program response at all.
I feel like we just finished, you know?
It kind of
trying to enjoy the free time a little.
You know, and I know you're all geared up for hunting, you and Zack and Maddie, but I mean, there's got to be times in the day where it creeps in your head, bud.
It does a little bit. It's definitely getting more regular because it's one of them deals like we're gonna blink and we'll be at St. John's River. I mean, time's coming, you know.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you're gonna be shooting a bird out of the sky one moment, and then the next minute you're in Florida, trying to cross some eyes. I mean,
yeah, pretty much.
So, is your same game plan for 22 going to be to have no game plan?
I think so. That's kind of my life, really.
It's kind of the deal.
Yeah. It's less to worry about.
It is. I mean, it's if you know how they like Axl Rose. You know who Axl Rose is, Seth?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from that Gun N' Roses band.
Yeah.
And
he's from Lafayette, Indiana.
He's from Lafayette, Indiana.
Yes.
Yes. So is Shannon Hoon. They were buddies, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And Axl said, "I don't worry about nothing, no, because worrying's a waste of my time." You know what I mean? So I agree with that. And especially when it comes to bass fishing, because nothing matters more. There's not a place to live in the moment any more than bass fishing. You know what I mean, Feider? If you didn't live in the moment, you would not be Angler of the Year. Do you agree with that?
No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to. If you don't and Dion, you said it too. Like a lot of times as you progress in your career as an angler, you don't necessarily want to live in the moment because you want to do things your own way. You know what I mean? And I think that's something we all need to remember. And that's live in the moment, especially in professional bass fishing. So, speaking of the moment, I have some interesting facts that I'd like to throw at you, Seth. Okay, and you can interject on these facts and tell me what you think about them. You could say true, false, agree, elaborate on them, whatever you want. And first off, this is a message to any of Seth's sponsors, associates, business partners that are watching. Seth loves guiding, and on any opportunity that he has, he would be happy to do guiding trips. So Foli, if you have any business associates, like
I have several in Minnesota,
second or third cousins, whatever.
I actually have a cousin in Minnesota.
Yeah, well, Seth will take them fishing. Yeah. You're good like that, right, Feider?
My least favorite thing to do.
That's untrue. What? But Seth Guider. What happened there? My goodness.
I'm just not a good guy. Like plain and simple. I don't have the right personality for it, or the patience, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm a terrible guide. I used to do guide trips all the time. I think I've gotten like one tip my whole life, and like all my other buddies doing $100 tip every day. Yeah, I've gotten one tip my whole life guide trip, and I'm the worst guide on planet Earth. I think it's just because I catch them all.
Okay, so
whatever. I'm
going to tell you a story about Feider, Fulls. He did a guide trip for dude. I think it was before you went to the northern swing, Seth. and you
Yeah.
you had a real fun time with a real cool dude that you took out fishing, but at the end of the day, Robertson, get this, at the end of the day, Feider actually says to the kid, "Hey, I'm gonna need those hair Feider flies back that I tied because I only have 2 of them."
That's a true story. But I did after I told him to him after the season was over. I caught fish in it at Champlain and St. Lawrence and mailed it to him. He has it right now.
You are the man. See,
Sure.
that's the magic right there.
Can I tell you a Seth Guyton story?
Yeah, of course.
So the guy that does my job is Adam. You remember Adam?
Yeah.
We worked for a couple of days
Adam
together.
was great.
Yeah,
Cool
and
dude.
we're doing an off-premise event, and these guys do so many days for us. This lady and gentleman do so many days for us, and Adam had some ideas on taking some people fishing, and he goes, "Yeah, I talked to Seth, and he says he literally hates to do that." and like Seth is like maybe 2 feet away, and Adam's right next to me, and I said, "Oh, he's just kidding. It'll be fine."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, like he literally just told me he hates to do that." So I go, "It'll be okay.
It's
It'll
in the
be
contract, Feider.
No.
It's in the freaking
Hey,
contract.
we had a great time doing the Zorbas.
Yeah, Zorbas was awesome.
We met the famous actor Josh Duhamel.
Yeah, he was from the Ted movies.
No, he was from Transformers.
No, he was in Ted with the teddy bear.
No, he wasn't. That's
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg you're thinking.
Well, let's pretend we met Mark Wahlberg. I'd rather have met Mark Wahlberg.
Josh and Mark are both big actors. You got to get it straight.
It's okay.
But he just went back to Hollywood and said, "You know what? I met Seth Feider."
He actually said, "I met the Whiskey Gypsy."
Nah, I don't
is what he said.
No, but we got him to try the casting game. Remember that?
He did, and he nailed it.
nailed
Here's a new game that I think that the new Tin Cup game is, and this leads into my next question for Feider. And this, I know you're an outdoorsman, Seth, and you love to shoot stuff. But can you throw knives, Feider? Do you know how to throw knives?
I've never really tried.
And?
I feel like you could.
I don't know, maybe.
Matt's like, I think he could do it.
Oh, you said you never tried. Oh,
He said he never tried.
okay. Have you ever thrown a knife, Matt, at a tree or anything?
I mean, I can do drywall work. I think you ought to give her a shot.
Putty knife?
Yeah, okay. I see.
Hell, I've thrown them.
It's all in the balance, right? So you got to have a good balance. But it's a special art to be able to throw like a buck knife into a wall. You know what I mean? You ever see like badasses that can just do that? You ever see that, Feider? They just pull out like a buck knife and throw it into a wall. You ever see that? That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bet your dad's buddy, the dude that had the giant ring, Feider. I'll bet that dude.
Yeah, probably.
What was his name?
Denny?
Denny?
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude, he seems like, just by the size of that ring, he seems like the guy that could stick a buck knife into anything. Even cement, I think.
Times a lot.
Yeah. Even cement.
He just picked people up by their necks. Andre the Giant style.
Is it true that you used to pick up roadkill in a Stanley steamer van during work? So like
that is a true statement.
Okay, so like if you were driving down the road and you saw a dead deer, you would pick it up and throw it in the Stanley steamer truck, and you'd leave it in there, and then you'd go to Mr. and Mrs. Johnson's house down the street and clean their carpet, and there's a rotting deer carcass in the back of a Stanley steamer truck. Is that true?
True story.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why? I'm just curious.
It wasn't the whole deer. It was a nice buck. I cut his head off.
Oh,
Threw him in
okay.
the back of the van.
Okay. I didn't know if you were going to use the hair to
No,
tie some
no,
jigs. I didn't know if we were
ripping
going
down
there.
some road, and like I just looked into the ditch. There's a nice buck laying there. So
Okay.
hacked his head off, threw it into the back of the van, kept it rolling.
I would love to see the guy jump out of the Stanley steamer van, the carpet cleaning van, and cut the head off a buck, throw it in the back of the Stanley steamer van, and go back to work. That's a badass. That's how you do it.
It is.
Yikes.
Can you imagine the guy that pulled over behind him? He's like, "You're never going to believe what I just saw today."
You're not going to believe
Yeah,
it.
I was working with. He didn't hunt. He thought I was like a serial killer.
How long did you last at that job, Feider?
I don't know, 2-3 years. I'm not sure.
You did good. That's good for you.
Yeah.
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 Matt stabbed the deer with the screwdriver in the ear, and then you cut a head off of a deer.
Or two is all I had.
But then the thing, that's pretty badass. I gotta tell you, man. Feider, you seem to be an opinionated person. Would you say that about yourself?
Fair.
Okay. So I don't think that you get asked the questions a lot of times that you have strong opinions on.
Yeah.
And one of them being is like you're very adamant about your love for the blue and gold, for Bass Angler Sportsman Society. And my question to you is, what do you think bass fishing would be like if there was never a split of leagues? What do you think bass fishing at this present moment would be like if there wasn't a split? And was the split necessary for bass fishing at this present moment?
I guess I don't think it'd be much different than it was before the split if it never happened.
Okay.
I think it needed to happen to an extent, but mostly just to kind of I don't know how to say this. There's a lot of guys over there that never qualified through the opens, and I think they were kind of grandfathered in, and they were changing it. It was hard to get kicked out, you know. There's a lot of guys in there that, I mean, they definitely had some good times, but like they didn't, like, they hated bass fishing. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like,
wow.
I don't know. They were sour. Like, they were whiners. They have a dream job that really doesn't even exist. Like, tournament bass fishing could end and like the world will keep going on. It's not like we're plumbers or electricians or
right.
You know what I mean? It's a fictitious job. So there are a lot of really whiny guys that quit catching them 5 years ago, and I think the split was the best way to get them out of the way.
So it was kind of a purge. Was it kind of a purge in an essence?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there's definitely some people that didn't want to see go. But I think it got a lot of people out there that weren't, I don't know the right way to put it. There's some people that needed to go, and it made new opportunities for a bunch of hungry young dudes.
Right. That's my next question. Did it provide
love bass fishing and want to do it and are happy to be there, instead of a lot of those guys seemed really entitled and felt like they were owed something. And I think every day you wake up and that your job is to go catch bass. Like how could you complain about anything? You know what I mean?
Did it open up doors for you, Seth, as an individual? You said it made opportunities.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially the first year, you know, most of the guys left, so a lot of the guys were new. So I mean, I was kind of semi-established at the point. So as far as like branding and marketing and getting a little more exposure and stuff, there's benefit there. But I think it opened the doors for a lot of guys.
100%. And I am for anyone making a living at fishing and anyone fishing at the highest level. And the reason I ask these questions is because the ultimate goal in my eyes, for me as a bass fishing fan, is going to see bass fishing legitimized to the masses. Competitive fishing legitimized to the masses as a professional sport. We had Brian Robertson on a couple weeks ago, and Buff, professional athletes, with Gussie on, and Cody Meyer too, and we did the parallels of professional athletes. And one of the things that Brian Robertson said, I know you're a Robertson fan, and one of the things he said, in order to make bass fishing a legitimate sport to the masses, you have to have all the money in one spot. Doesn't matter if it's MLF. It doesn't matter if it's the NPFL. It doesn't matter if it's Bassmaster. But all the money needs to be in one spot. Do you agree or disagree with that? In order for bass fishing to be a legitimate professional sport, what do you think, Seth?
100% agree.
100% agree. How in
But
the world?
we went from 2 leagues to 4 leagues in the last couple of years. So, I mean, I don't know. That's helping anything. But at the same time, I don't know. You'd have to have like a way bigger field just because there's too many guys.
Right.
That are capable of doing it, good enough to do it. But at the same time, I don't really want to fish like a 400 boat tournament either, you know.
No, I hear you.
That's
Dion,
not a whole lot of fun. So I don't know the right answer there.
Dion, you're the elder statesman here. Is there any way to ever possibly make one bass fishing league?
I don't think anymore. I don't think they can anymore. There's too many people, you know, and like Seth said, you know, I don't want to fish 400-man tournaments either. You know, I think there's enough in this sport to go around, you know, for them to be split up a little bit. You know, I think the only way that it's gonna, I think the only thing that's gonna work, because, you know, you have the elites. Okay, the elites are considered the cream of the crop. They're top of the food chain. And then you have the next level down. I think what would be cool is for these organizations to get together and have a tournament. You know, have one tournament. You know, have a combo tournament where the best 50 out of each of the circuits goes together and fishes. Okay. And by doing that, that kind of shows everybody, you know, who's the best, you know, and when I say that, I don't need that anymore. That doesn't mean a thing to me anymore. But these young guys need to feel like they can rank each other, you know, and see how I would compare to, you know, to Seth Feider and Kevin Van Dam and stuff like that. A lot of these youngsters need that. They need to know, you know, And to me, you know, have a little fun tournament once a year, you know. And
I like it.
Trust me, just have one little fun tournament. And whoever wins, wins. Who cares? I don't care if it's the elites. It doesn't mean anything to me anymore.
That would be cool.
You know, just have one little singled out tournament, you know, that's just, you know, not for fun, because guess what? I don't fish for fun. I fish to win.
You fish for the wood.
And you know, that's, you know, but to say that they'll ever combined again, you can never say never in this sport, because if you do, something strange is going to happen, you know. And you just kind of have to roll with the punches. You can't take this industry too seriously in a lot of aspects. Just go fish, like Seth said. If you get up, put your pants on, and you go get in a bass boat and go fishing all day long, guess what? Life's not that bad.
That's pretty good.
And I don't care what tournament you're fishing, you know. But you know, I know to get the sponsorship and the money to the point that it is now, it would have never went anywhere if it wasn't for Bass and FLW doing what they did.
100%.
You know, and gotten that little bit of competition between the two of them, and things growing.
No fire,
you know,
fire in the bridges.
MLF has brought stuff to a whole nother level when it comes to coverage and stuff like that. Do I like it? You know, I still think everybody needs to realize that that the fish are kind of the stars of the show. You know,
100%.
The locals want to see how they would rank against the best fishermen in the world, and so therefore the MLF is not the perfect avenue for them to see that. You know, unless they just watch it on TV daily. You know, I get lost in all the different shows, to tell you the truth. But like I say, it'll never go back to the way it was.
I don't know. I think it's a hard thing. I mean, Zach, imagine if like everybody that's a professional angler woke up and then there was some rich dude that bought bass fishing and now everybody had to requalify. What could you imagine that, Zach? Like waking up and like, hey, you got to requalify, and there's one league. That would be nuts, right?
That'd be a shitstorm.
It sure would be, but I mean, it's that's a good way to put it. But it could be interesting.
It actually probably wouldn't be a bad thing.
I like your style, Kristine. I think that by the time that you're ruling the bass fishing galaxy, that there might be one league at that time. And you'll be the Khaleesi of all bass fishing.
Khaleesi is queen.
Yes, that is correct.
I remember that.
That is correct. That is correct.
She's like, you guys still call me the queen, right?
Foley, you got a good bunch of peeps here.
I sure
You know
do.
that, too. All these people here, the Straycast crew, the Ike Live crew.
Yep, the Ike Live crew. Can't forget about them.
That's a pretty good Tin Cup team.
Yeah, Mike Iconelli sent me an email Monday because we're friends.
Oh, yeah. There you go. It's like hobnobbing, dropping names.
Yeah.
He just qualified, too, for a league.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, and another
Yes, he
Tin
did.
Cup guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Foley, I want to tell you, and I think I can speak on behalf of everyone here, that you're doing a bang-up job as the captain of the Tin Cup ship. So let's everybody give it up for Luke Foley, the Whiskey Gypsy. You're the dude. You're the BDE. You're the Bass Dictated Energy.
Thank you.
That's 100%.
Thank you.
Kristine, what do you think about Foley in this whole deal?
I was hung up on BDE. Was that Bass Dictated Energy?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify.
These are his acronyms, not mine.
Hashtag
Okay.
BDE.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Pilates. That you used to teach Pilates, right?
That's correct. Yep. That's correct.
I don't even remember the question. No, talk to me about Foley. I mean, talk to me about Luke Foley as an individual who came out of nowhere and has kind of changed your life a little bit, Kristine.
Well, Foley, like you said, he's kind of the captain of our team. He assembled all of us together and into what we are today. And I know we're all grateful for him. He gets pretty arrogant around a casting mat. Haven't seen that come to fruition on the water yet, but maybe one day we can get out there.
She's mad because I can outcast her. I can outcast her.
Wow. Well, she's in a kayak.
That's when I realized how fierce of a competitor she is. We're just filming because the casting mat, which you've seen, Pat, everybody's seen, but like you're explaining it to a bunch of liquor salesmen, a bunch of bar owners, liquor store owners. You have to have like a video. So Kristine was coming through Indy. We shot it, and we're getting some things ready, and she's up there, and she's not hitting it. And I can just like see out of my peripheral like how mad she's getting because she just saw me. She saw me drain several, and she's not, and she was just getting so mad. And I'm like, Don't
mess with her.
This lady is a fierce competitor. I'm going to give her a little bit of grief.
The Khaleesi can kill dragons, you know.
She can, and she has far more guns than I do. So
yes.
I said it in jest, but I was backing up when I said it. But yeah, she can't outcast me in a bar. So.
Hey, on the water's a different story, but
Foley,
no, we're thankful for him. He's a good leader. He does a lot for us, and put together a hell of a team. And like I said, it takes somebody like that that's looking out for us. And he is an angler. And when you have someone that is an angler and kind of gets what we need and where we're coming from, that's kind of calling the shots. It's a big benefit, and we're appreciative of it.
Yeah, and the amazing thing is, Luke, I want to tell you this. You have not only changed all of our lives to some extent, but everyone's life in the bass fishing galaxy. You in the Tin Cup Whiskey Company. So let's give it up, Bass Galaxy, for the Tin Cup Whiskey Gypsy. Luke Foley in the Tin Cup Whiskey Company. Now, we got more Tin Cup to give away before we get out of here, I'm going to get in trouble.
We do.
Sorry I couldn't get questions. I can't figure out how to use this thing.
But you all have changed my life too, so don't forget that. I mean,
thanks, Luke.
I get people calling me a genius and how did you pick this and how did you know that, and
it rhymes with genius, but it wasn't genius.
But no, I just I just feel real fortunate to have these 6 anglers, and we're super proud of what happened this year. And then what Kristine did Sunday, it was like we had a whole bunch of notes of what we were going to say tonight. And then she does all that, and it's just like, yeah, it's just 2021 was beyond my wildest dreams with what these guys could do, and I'm so thankful. And the sacrifices that they make, the time away from family, the miles on the road, the late night driving, the rough water. I mean, bass ain't easy, as you say,
it
Pat.
Ain't easy.
And I think the public sees Seth with the trophies and everybody and the good side and the checks, but there's a whole mountain that they got to climb to get there. And you talking about mountains to climb. I mean, me and Dion started this 3 years ago when we were rolling around in my Honda CRV doing multiple promotions.
Now you got
Indiana.
tin cup trucks.
Yeah. So it's been
a lot of
work.
Circle,
it has. It's been a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun, and we can't wait to see what's going to happen in the future. And we appreciate everybody in the Bass Galaxy, your comments, and people in Indiana. They started buying bottles, a 10 cup, because we stocked Lake Monroe, and they're taking pictures where they bought it and posting it, and
That's
it's bouncing.
awesome.
Yeah, it's bouncing around everywhere. So there's
Freaking
so many bottles being bought right now, and that's what we need, because I want to give you guys some little marketing insight. Bass fishing, the ROI, rate of return.
That's that's like rate of fall.
Yeah, rate of investment.
ROI
is, I think it's better than NASCAR. Quite honestly, NASCAR used to be the king, but I think bass fishing's that much better. So when we all get together and we get behind a brand, what we can do is truly amazing. So I would hope you all would, in the Bass Galaxy, go out and buy a bottle or two, celebrate with your family this Thanksgiving responsibly. You can drink 10 cup on 'em rocks. You can drink it with Coke. You can do the llama lemonade, which is, I've said it several times, but we will keep saying it's a third lemonade, third iced tea, and a third 10 cup. Go out there and buy some bottles. Show us some love.
Give thanks.
Yeah, give thanks. We love you. We appreciate what you're doing.
Let's give some more away.
Let's give some more.
Let's give some more away.
Give some more away.
Let's get Ginge. Where are you at? I hear you breathing. And are you saying things, Ginge?
He's saying things. He's not happy with us.
I know. You hear him mumbling back there, or is it just me?
No,
he's not happy.
He's mumbling things.
The computer's not acting.
I think we're doing something wrong.
I keep thinking we're doing wrong things because
he was angry when you had the Bass some people on there, and he kicked him out of the room quick.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, he got rid of him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, when we had the special show. Yeah, James don't mess around.
Yeah, those two old boys from Maine that were in the garage.
Yeah, Bassbuster 69 and Big Spencer. Hey, did you ever get Bassbuster 69 as liquor?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that I got his address, but I'll get it to him. It's no problem.
Jay Kaz got it to you. Bassbuster 69 is going to kick your ass.
Well, I didn't mail it to Bassbuster 69. He probably gave me his real name.
His real name is Bassbuster 69, just like Prince. Just like Prince was the artist formerly known as.
He was.
All right, let's give liquor away and swag. Ginge, how many names you got?
I got 5 left.
You got 5 left, and we gave away 5 already.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
Holy cow, that's 10 tin cup prizes.
That's a lot of time at the post
office
for me, but
ton
I love
of stamps.
It. Yeah.
Have your assistant do it, fools. Have your assistant do it.
Still kind of Luke doing everything. But
Ginge, give yourself music and make these names exciting. Do this with the most excitement that you could possibly muster up. Like when you were at the Billy Strings concert and your toes were tapping.
And he was crowd surfing.
Say it like an English person,
No,
Ginge.
I don't have good at that.
Say it with accents.
So we got Greg Evers or Evers.
However
you want to say that.
I don't. How does Edwin say it?
Evers.
Is it Matt? What is it? How does Edwin say his name?
Evers.
Okay.
So
don't try to fancy it up, Luke. It's Evers.
Sorry.
Church it up.
So Edwin won liquor?
Yeah.
Or what's the guy's name?
Greg Evers.
Greg Evers.
That's his cousin.
Greg Evers won.
And then
Some liquor.
Brad Saunders.
Brad Saunders.
Okay.
Okay. You're wrong, Brad Saunders. Oh, that's Colonel Sanders.
Rob Connors.
Rob Connors. You're a
Yes.
winner. Ginge, give yourself more music. Exciting it up. We got Rob Saunders, Evers.
There we go.
Oh, yes. This is giveaway music.
This is giveaway.
This is how you end a bass fishing show, giving stuff away.
Tony Lucy.
Tony Lucy?
Right.
Lefty Lucy, righty tighty?
Righty
Tony
tighty,
Lucy.
That's him.
Tony Lucy.
And last
won.
but not least, Justin Woodell.
Justin
All right.
Woodell. You guys are all winners. We're going to put your name in the comments. You got a direct message. The Straycast book face page. Jake Haas is going to get these stuff to Luke Foley, the Whiskey Gypsy, and his assistant is going to send it out. Hey, Zack, Birge, Kristine, Fischer, Lawson, Hibdon, Dion, Hibdon, Seth, Feider, Matt Robertson. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys coming aboard here for the Straycast Thanksgiving extravaganza deal with your host, Luke Foley, and me, Bass Fishing Know-It-All guy. Not really me.
Not really. You.
Thanks, guys. Yes, thank you so much. Are they still there? My computer died.
They're still there.
Okay.
They're all
Thanks,
looking
guys.
at us.
Yeah, it's Foley. What do you got to say? Foley. I need you to close the show, and we'll be back, mind you, on our December 1st.
December 1st.
Yeah, we're off next week for giving thanks, but I got a new thing coming out. I'll tell you about that on the social media. But we got to remember that December 1st, okay, is the Minnesota Mafia show.
Oh,
on
that's-
Stray Cast.
I got to think the
Yeah.
Omnia boys are going to be involved.
There's
in
something in the water.
That's
there.
what I think. Pete's
There's-
going to make another appearance.
Well, Pete will be on it for sure.
Okay.
But all the amazing
He's
sticks.
a good dude. He's a
Fighter,
good
you
dude.
know about all them. You're the Don of the Mafia in Minnesota. But yeah, all your boys are coming on, Fighter. And that's
yeah.
that's December 1st. So Seth, I'm asking you now, will you come on at the end of the show and give a little bit of advice to each person as the Don of the Mafia?
I don't know if they need much advice. They seem to be doing all right.
No, I want you and Pedro to come on together and give all
Pedro.
these guys advice.
Pedro's
got really good advice.
No, both of you together. So you're gonna give
I'll come on with Pedro. His advice is usually don't suck.
Okay. Well, you got to give like Joshy. I know he wants to give Douglas advice. You want to give Douglas advice. You got the old Choder. You give him advice, right? Hella Bass. You give Rich advice. And Bob Downey. You give him advice. Austin Felix. You got advice for him. So all you give advice to all these people. What do you think, Seth? December 1st, end of the show. You and Pedro, come on.
Done.
All right. He said done. There it is, right there. Foley, what do you want to say? Let's wrap it up.
Thanks to all of them for everything that they do for the Brand 10 Cup. Thank you, Bass Galaxy, for getting behind the brand. I mean, when I came up with this 3 years ago, I never could imagine the support that we would have gotten. So you guys don't know what you mean to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Foles. Absolutely.
Thank you, Luke. Thanks for supporting Bass
Thanks,
Fishing.
Foley.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Let's just clap. Can we
Let's
just
just
end?
clap.
Can we just end the show with everyone clapping?
Everybody clap.
Let's just clap. Everybody clap. And let's go home. And everybody have a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Buy some Tin Cup. Drink responsibly. Thanks to all the guests. Thanks to all the sponsors of this show. And especially thank you to everybody that tuned in tonight. I want to remind you tomorrow, or actually this evening, this show will be available for podcast download at your favorite podcast outlet store available across America. Hey, I'm Bass Fishing Know-It-All guy. That's Andrew Ellenberger, the Ginger Ninja. And that's Luke Foley. And we bid you peace, Bass Galaxy. See you on December 1st. Adios.
Good night.
Okay, bye-bye.